Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very 18th episode of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. As usual, I am your Dungeon Master, Adam Coble, and I'm joined by 1d4
Why?
plus 1 nerds.
Why am I Malik again?
God damn it! I had it set up and then you moved.
No, I did not.
You did.
No,
It's
I
fine.
didn't.
You're Malik now. That's fine. Switch
No,
character
you're just-
sheets.
you're
That's
just
it.
wrong.
We're just going to
Adam,
do it the
I'm
whole
sorry.
episode. It was on purpose. That's it. It's an empathy learning experience. I want you to know what it's like to play each other's characters. So now you have
Is
to.
this the Freaky Friday episode?
Yeah,
or-
this is the Adam's
Cross
heavy-handed
lightning on
DM
myself.
tricks episode.
I call lightning on myself until I die.
That seems like I don't think your god allows that. Istishia
Istishia doesn't care.
Excuse me, Malik. I was talking to Arcturus.
Yeah, Malik
right.
doesn't know anything about his tissue.
You know what? It's fine. I'll fix it. You be entertaining for the 3 minutes it's going to take.
Hi,
for me to do
everyone.
this.
No, I
Alright.
refuse. I'm never entertaining.
So it's
I knew that
very-
about you.
I literally asked you if we were ready.
We were.
yes.
Listen, you know what? Gond occasionally needs sacrifices, and I guess I forgot to pay him, and so he has
Do you
abandoned
want
me.
to see my new trick? I learned a new trick on the pre-show.
Sure.
Ready?
Oh no, it's scissor related.
This is a terrible trick, Dave. Don't you? Oh, well, good. Fancy human tricks from Dave. Thank you, Dave. I've fixed this overlay. You succeeded in being semi-entertaining. I think the other one is fine. All right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode. What a shit show. It's really great to be back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been...
Number one show in D&D, folks.
That's right. We're bringing it. We're bringing it. This is the good stuff.
Wait, where are you getting your data on that #1 show thing? Because I don't know if I'm
But
tired of
Listen, it's the best kind of evidence. Anecdotal evidence.
Ah,
right?
Yeah, and you gotta fucking live the lie until you make it.
Mhm.
I mean, listen,
That's right.
I'm just trying to pursue the appropriate avenues of like factual, like.
We're not here for
You know,
facts.
if we're really
okay?
the best show on D&D, then we should all get raises.
I'll take it up. I'll take it
Can
up
I
with
take?
I'll take it up with AO.
I have 1,000 more XP per session.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think if your XP was related to your popularity, we would have to restructure the whole game. So,
Yeah.
see, I'm not even gonna take a dig at
She
anybody.
would be like level 12 by now. You're fine.
Leaving everyone else in the
Arcturus would be level -7.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah,
here's listen.
I got 8
I have a new
downvotes
idea. Okay. So I've been talking with some other game designers and with some other broadcasters, and we've been coming together about a plan to really gamify the streaming Dungeons and Dragons experience. So what's going to happen now is that people in the YouTube comments are going to vote for their favorite character, and if you don't get enough votes, your character just dies because we're here.
Why would you
for
do that?
Audience.
They don't even die. They just never have existed even.
Yeah, weird. Just there's a big
Vote
empty spot
threshold.
all around. I'm just here by myself. No, that's not true. I'd be the first to go.
Yeah.
Speaking
You're
of
like,
which,
"Adam, you did
speaking
it.
of which, let's talk about spell effects. Do you want to do that for an hour?
Let's not.
All right. We can play some Tomb of Annihilation. It's fine. That's what we're here for. So yeah, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the jungle. We have fun and/or games. You got to roll a d6 on a 1 to 3. It's fun. 4 to 6, it's games.
Wait. I got this.
Okay. What do we
Okay, are we having fun or games today?
Is today a fun or games kind of day? It's a fun
Oh, it's
day.
fun.
It's a fun day.
Good work. Nice.
Which
nice.
means I'm gonna talk to Lauren for another 2
Nice
hours.
D6. No, we're gonna elide. We're gonna
Damn it.
elide that situation. Yeah. Last time we saw our adventuring party, you met up with another adventuring party, and it was pretty much what you would expect it to be. I had the opportunity between sessions to talk to possibly the most famous paladin of Lathander, Anna Prosser Robinson, about your interaction with a paladin of Lathander. I was like, Anna, they ran into one of your kind, and she was like, ooh, someone who likes Lathander. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, I feel bad for them. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
By the way, I'm gonna dibs this right now.
Yeah.
If Ishi for any reason is ever gone from this game, dead or otherwise, I'm gonna play Amina.
Okay.
That NPC. That's my next character.
That's
The-
fair.
Okay.
The grouchy elf wizard.
I'll
Yes.
allow it. Yeah. You've already got Grouchy and Elf down, so you just need to learn some magic in your set.
I have the hat too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you
Sold.
go.
All right, good stuff. So yeah, last time you left the basin of moral consequence and are heading north along the river Soshin Star home, in so much as one exists in this dangerous terrain, home to Port Nyanzaru, to gather your yourselves and your supplies and what have you, and then someday head off to Omu. So now that you're on the river, you are traveling at an increased pace, hurtling northward at a high speed. But for folks who might only be joining us for the very first time, let's not be remiss. Let's introduce our characters. I'm going to start with Arcturus this time because Arcturus, you always get to go last. Blue Jay, tell us a little bit about Arcturus Vuvexeth.
And he said the last name right. God,
I'm sorry. What
I
game?
don't know
what
what's
screen am I
happening.
in?
I don't know.
have to-
Yeah, I don't know if you know
Who
this,
am I?
but the whole not knowing how to pronounce your character's last name, that was a goof. It's fun.
Wow. Adam's learning how to make jokes that aren't puns.
We get a peek behind the curtain here.
Okay, well, Arcturus.
Listen, I was gonna come to today's episode, but then I wasn't feeling well. It must have been something I ate. 18th?
Episode.
No.
Get
All
out.
right, go. Do the thing. Just do it.
Arcturus Vuvexeth is a Triton Tempest cleric of Vistitia from the elemental plane of water, newly plunked down into this plane, whatever the fuck this is about. He likes guides that yell at him, birds, and being against murdering things even when he should probably just murder them.
That's right. Arcturus likes the law and goodness.
Yeah,
I feel
both
like
of those things.
I feel like it's less the yelling and more the getting pushed up against a tree.
Yeah.
know?
Listen,
that was
we're not here.
Rough, forceful guys.
We are not here to assess the bedroom proclivities of our player characters. This game is not that game. All right. This is a Saturday morning cartoon.
Look, Adam, if this is a Saturday morning cartoon, if I know anything about Saturday morning cartoons, it's that the fans will do it anyway. So may as well.
Let's leave that to Tumblr, and we'll keep this on the level.
Tumblr, I expect to see something.
Jesus.
You won't see it because
Don't let me down, Tumblr.
Send me something. I'm into it.
All right, Distracted Elf. Tell us about your character.
Yes, my character is Ishi Snaggletooth. She is a level 5 fighter and very exuberant about many things that never shuts the hell up. That's about it. She sounds like this.
Mm-hmm. Good. Digging it. Andrew?
My character is Little Fox. She's a barbarian. She's a furbolg. She's like 8 feet tall, and she's Ishi's best friend, which is awkward because Ishi is 2 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a tiny friend.
2'7".
Ishi is very quickly developing some serious neck problems from having a very tall friend.
Hey,
But she just-
Little Fox.
She's just giving up on the eye contact portion of the friendship. You know what I mean? She just
Yeah.
talks. and-
Talks to your ankle. Just draw a little face on there. Yeah, Little Fox. Not little, but if you ask certain dwarves, pretty foxy.
Ooh.
Round
And
and
Cyclopses.
Cyclopses.
Yeah.
Cyclopes. We had this conversation. We don't need to have it again. Malik Algorri of Dave, tell us a little bit about your character, please.
I am a fireball.
Right, like that Katy Perry song.
Yeah. No, I'm a human sorcerer who has gotten his sorcerer's powers from a draconic bloodline of brass dragons. So that means we like all things to do with sand and fire.
Nice. Draconic bloodlines grant you magic. That's pretty impressive. All of my bloodlines just grant me like vision problems. It's not this. I wish I had some spells.
Same.
Yeah,
I don't-
seriously.
I don't want-
Well,
I
sucks
don't
to
want
be
Yeah,
you.
sucks to be me.
Bloodline.
I have magic. It's just not in my control at all and doesn't do anything useful.
Listen, Malik has the highest midichlorian count of anyone in the party, so just lay off, okay?
Oh shit!
He's
I didn't
a
realize
hot shit guy.
I didn't realize we were in the presence of a Jedi.
But like a dragon Jedi, which
Yeah,
again,
like-
Tumblr, I'm sure you've got something for us. So,
Yeah, even I have something for that, but what? I'm not gonna nerd out. Okay, next.
actually, Adam. So the River Ocean Star awaits. So we'll channel our inner apocalypse now as we begin the jungle journey upriver, downriver to Port Nyanzaru in the Bay of Chult. Today's weather is rainy.
I preemptively vomit.
Okay, good. Just getting it all out of your stomach before you get on the boat.
You gotta
How
pregame your throw-ups.
does anybody have remaining? Rations from or hunting? Like, is there food? Are you carrying
I
around half a
have
tuna? or-
fish. I
Okay.
have fish from last time. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But I also have blessings of Istitia.
Mhm.
Damn,
Ooh,
get blessed.
a fine blessing.
So blessed.
All right,
Crazy.
hashtag wayfinding, hashtag blessed. The Chilt Instagram is blowing up today. You're rolling at advantage because Little Fox and Malik are our navigators supreme. So rolling at advantage with a skill bonus total of 10 today, right?
I'm just imagining an in-character like Instagram profile for the adventuring party, where we have like
Internet, get
I'm
on it.
assuming
Get
that
canoe
it.
selfies.
Oh man,
So good.
I would love Ishi Snaggletooth's Instagram account would be
Oh,
the
yes, of
bomb.
course. Yeah, Ishi has a
Arcturus's is
Tumblr.
just like blurry pictures of every person that you meet. And then like occasionally like someone else steals the camera when he's feeling sick. Like Ishi steals the camera when he's feeling sick. And it's like pictures of Arcturus vomiting over the side of the boat.
I think also there's a bunch of situations where Arcturus has lost cameras because they use the ones that aren't for underwater.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, totally. Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of pictures of Little Fox's knees down. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you never get all of her in one shot.
So six is
Yep.
your current skill plus the 4
Yep.
from the blessing. We got a bonus of 10. You're going at normal pace because between river travel and the ore, you can move 3 hexes in a day.
And ready or not.
That's right. All right, let's see how we go.
How do things go today?
We're doing jungle, mountain, swamp, everything else except coast and lake. All right, so away you go. You head out, and you get a full day of travel with no trouble. It's fast, and I don't think it's like you're not in like a speedboat. It isn't like cartoonishly fast, but the ore seems to impart additional strength into every stroke. You cut the water with an unusual pace, and it's almost as though the boat senses your need to return home. So let's see, you're going to go 1, 2, 3. And when that night arrives, I guess during the day, you pass by Camp Vengeance, right? So, Camp Vengeance. I'll give you the opportunity to get out and take a look if you want. But around midday, you come around the bend of the river, and you see the walls in the distance before you come up to it, and you see that they have been assaulted in some fashion. They've in places they've been broken down. They are like burnt. All of these wooden logs are singed by some kind of like high temperature fire. And the whole place is a ruin. Anything that was remaining has been destroyed.
Does anybody want to stop? Because I'm thinking no, personally. Looks like it got what it was supposed to get.
I just hope that they got out before. But I don't think that I would be tempted to stop because whatever, we can't like fix it if they're dead, you know?
I mean, it looks like tumble down ruins. You don't see bodies, right? Aside from the ones that you saw the last time, right? But these are all, more than an additional week old.
This place is owned by that Gauntlet place still, right? Like the Gauntlet guy, the Order of the Gauntlet, or what have you.
I say to the party.
Oh, well, probably not now that they've left it.
Then, as a leader of the
Order of the Gauntlet, I say, taking out the captain's badge that I stole from that one guy one time, I say we get the hell out of here, and then I put it back away.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Where did you... whatever. Let's just continue. The sooner we get to Port Nyanzaru, the sooner I could not be on this boat anymore.
Excellent. All right. So as you glide past Camp Vengeance and leave it once again behind you, the scent of burnt wood fades and is replaced by the deep green smell of the jungle. Night falls, and you find a place by the shore to rest. Arcturus, would you like to try fishing? Or do you want to just eat your rations and rest?
Yeah, I have 8.
Oh, okay. Then you have to
pounds
use
of
those before they
fish.
start going bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 4 are used. And yeah, I don't need to fish more.
Sure.
But I probably still, before we pack it in for bed, there's definitely like, I'm just going to swim and try and get unnauseous underneath the water.
Mm-hmm.
Feels better, but
Okay.
not for fishing reasons.
Okay. All right. So everybody eats, and as the night progresses, you all rest. You're all getting kind of used to like sleeping in the jungle now, right? Like early on in the adventure, I would make a point of pointing out like it's damp and it's hot and you don't sleep well and there's bugs and it's noisy. But like at this point, I think all of that is a given. It doesn't get any better. You just kind of drown it out. And as the rainy weather of the day turns to night, carries on through into the next day. Rain doesn't get any worse, but you go to sleep in a dry patch and wake up in a puddle. And when you awaken, Istitia.
Oh, Istitia does some more blessing. Get also more wet.
All right. So same deal as yesterday. One less. Looking at 9 skill bonus, normal pace, and away you go. So you set off on another day of jungle adventure, and that morning, I think something interrupts your travel.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so
Oh gosh.
so some hours into the morning, you are traveling through the mist, and I think I'm gonna get everybody to make a perception check.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
Not perceptive.
8, 22, 16, 20. Okay, all right. So Arcturus, what are you so distracted by that you don't notice the thing everyone else does?
I'm nauseated.
Puking.
I'm not looking in any other direction other than like at the water, like
Okay. So you're leaned over, and everyone else, you notice a sound, and this is like a pretty normal sound at first in the jungle, right? You hear a group of like chimpanzees or some, like, I don't know, I'm not a monkeyologist. I'm not fucking Jane Goodall over here, so I don't know what kind of monkey you would think it is initially. But you hear these high-pitched kind of like angry monkey sounds, like they're fighting over something. And it gets louder. And then you notice there are other sounds like winged animals. You hear like the flapping of wings. And then the canopy of the jungle next to you bursts with a sudden flurry of movement. Leaves come like flying out, and a cloud of winged apes, little monkeys with bat wings, swarm out of the jungle and start flying around you, grabbing at your packs, trying to like pull them away from you. 3 of them like grab the oar and start pulling them, trying to pull it out of your hand. Little Fox, what is everybody doing? Arcturus, you don't get to do anything because you're just like monkey surprise attack.
Got it.
I have a bow. I shoot them.
You want to just take a shot at one of them?
And yeah, Little Fox will just be swinging the oar at them in these big, like, sweeping motions to try to just, like, bat a bunch of them at a time.
I'm going to scare them off with some fire breath, I think.
Okay.
They don't want to mess with anyone who can breathe fire if they're smart.
Yeah. Okay, let me pull up the character sheet for the flying monkeys. Yeah, right. That's the appropriate thing to be thinking right now.
Are they wearing tiny vests and tiny hats?
Roll a d12 on a result of 11 to 12. Yes, the tiny vests.
Please, tiny vest, please.
Oh no! One of them is smoking a cigar though. So
Okay, well that's good.
you get that instead. So yeah, they're just flying around you and like squawking and like grabbing at your stuff and making angry monkey sounds. And so let's have you make some. We won't make this like a full combat because you're trying to drive them off, right? Not like they're not here to fight to the death.
Yeah.
To the death.
So Ishi, why don't you take a shot at one of them?
Sure thing.
Okay, yeah, you hit. So you pull back on the short bow, fire the shot, and just pierce right through its heart, and it tumbles down into the river and splashes with a
Can I use my second
bloody
attack?
crash. Yeah, totally.
Okay. Pew, 12.
Yep, 12's a hit too.
8.
Nice, and you kill another one.
Damn.
So yeah, Ishi just starts firing shots at these flying monkeys as they hurl around
Get
you.
out of here!
Little Fox, what are you gonna do? You want to start swinging the oar?
I rage and start swinging.
Okay.
I'm mad at these monkeys.
And yeah, like I imagine there are like 3 or 4 of them trying to pull on the oar and like tear it out of her hands. He's just like
Swinging them around.
getting it into the water to try to like kill
I feel like all this movement is making our
Oh
turrets
yeah, the
even more
boat's
sick.
the
flopping
boats are-
around.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
yeah, so I will swing the oar
Nice. Okay.
for it's 9 damage.
Yep.
And then sorry. I swung my maul instead, but it's the same. Oh no, this would be a 10 instead of a 9.
The second swing misses.
Okay, yeah. So she's just like fucking swinging it everywhere.
I think the first swing, it isn't so much that you hit it, it's that you swing the thing like a bat, and the monkey flies off the end of it, hits a tree, and falls down.
Nice.
it just gets like launched away. Yeah.
Yeah. Chad has requested that I show you the picture of these flying. No, I'll do it after they kill all of them. It's much more impactful, Dan.
It's super cute or something.
So that's
You know what's not
4
cute? The fact that they're trying to steal our stuff and kill us.
or 3 of them down, right? So 12. Okay. 10, 9, okay. And then Malik, you want to try to dragon breath?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you can hit. Let's roll. I'll roll to see how many you can hit. Let's say a D4, because it's pretty like good chance you could hit a bunch of them. Yeah. So you wait for it, and you see 3 of them come like flying down towards you. Okay. So 8 damage. You know what? Even if they save, I'm not gonna bother rolling the save. Even if they save, you burn up 3 of them.
Aw, they're so little.
So yeah, they just like and they like burn up and just tumble into the river. I'm gonna say because of Little Fox's rage flails, someone is gonna have to roll a dexterity save or fall overboard. I'm gonna roll a d4. We'll just do it in
I
order on the screen.
volunteer.
You don't get to volunteer. Sorry.
Damn it.
It's Little Fox.
Okay, I make a dex save.
Yeah, make a DC 12 dex save.
Hey, Adam,
Yep.
is this danger?
No, this isn't. You can't sense danger.
Little
This
Fox is so busy reaching to
Whoop!
smack.
Okay.
I get an 8.
So you swing and you swing over like too far, and then just
overswing
I
and
think
just-
one of the flying monkeys just gives you a little shove, and you fall off into the water.
As she's falling, she's trying to like grab one and drag it into the river with her.
you grab its tail and yank it into the water. So everything's shaking. Little Fox falls over the boat because Little Fox is the heaviest thing in the boat. The whole boat like flops back and forth. Everyone else, the monkeys, they're not trying to hurt you. I think they're trying to steal from you. So we'll make like an opposed dex roll. And if they succeed, they like take something random like from your bag or like steal something. They can't disarm you, but they could like pull something, like steal your hat off your head or like pull something out of your bag. There are 6 of them, so we'll just split them into 2 groups each. I'll give them advantage on these. So, Little Fox, you're in the water. You're safe. Malik, let's see what I got here.
Well, but Little Fox's bag isn't in the water.
Yeah, that's true, but there's only 6
Yeah,
of
my
them.
bag's in the boat, but yeah.
Okay, so Malik, I got a 19. You can make an athletics or acrobatics check to oppose. It's basically like a grapple roll.
Okay. Don't take my stuff. Don't
Whoop.
take my stuff.
Okay. Let me see what you got in your equipment
got
here that they could
Some
steal.
good stuff here.
Let's see. What would a monkey be after that's in your bag? Oh, you
I
do have a
reckon-
lot of stuff.
The mirror is a good shout. They would like a steel mirror.
It's
Yeah,
a shiny
totally.
thing.
Yeah. So we see a monkey on Malik's back, and as Malik is like waving his arms and blowing fire at the other ones, this monkey's like pulls the buckle open, pulls out a mirror, looks at himself in the mirror, and's like, like fixes his hair, and then flies off with it. So you see him flying away. Arcturus, Two of the monkeys they team up to try to steal from you, but I only get an 11.
Okay, and
So-
this is a dexterity. I can't-
Acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, let's go with athletics.
Okay.
I'm gonna be more like
Wrestle monkey in the air.
Oh, nope. Okay. So they're gonna steal something from you.
Great.
Arcturus.
yeah.
What's the most like monkey friendly item you have in your bag? Oh,
Fish?
I know. No, they take your bottle of ink out of your bag,
What?
pull the cork out of it, and dump the ink on your head.
No.
So yeah, one of the monkeys is like, yeah, like making faces at you, and you're trying to get it, you're trying to swing at it with your warhammer, and then the other one, yeah, swipes your ink and then taps you on the shoulder, and you like turn to look at it, and it just goes bloop and pours the bottle of ink on your head.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And then lastly, Ishi. So same thing, athletics or
Sure.
okay. Ooh, I got 18.
Oh my god! Fucking get rigged.
All right,
son.
what does this look like? I'll let you narrate it. The monkeys are trying to steal from you.
So the monkeys are trying to get at my bag, but I'm about the I'm the smallest member of the party.
Yep.
So like when it comes to even keel with these monkeys, I'm probably the closest. But the way I deal with it is I create only a small space that they can get at me because I go under one of the benches in the canoe, you know, like the benches that are like across it. So there's only like one way you can get in at me. And I'm just got my rapier out going like, get him.
Well, yeah, totally. And I think what we have is there's a scene because everybody else is being harassed by little creatures, but for you, it's like you on one side of the canoe because you can move around in it, and the monkey on the other, and the monkey has a stick, and the two of you are like fencing back and forth across this bench. And the monkeys like can't get at you.
Stealing from each other is like a kobold thing. So
Totally, you know how to protect your neck when it comes to this stuff.
Protect my shit. Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. So let's continue. Arcturus, you can act now. Everybody's gone.
Well, when the monkey taps me on the shoulder,
Yeah, and
I'm
then
just can I just shock it?
Yes, totally.
Okay.
Peter Gabriel would be impressed.
Zap.
Yeah, it's pouring ink on you, and then suddenly it's just it's electrocuted.
Okay, well, it takes 7 lightning damage.
Okay, it's got to make a dex save.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It'll take 7.
Pair of fives, just a pair of fives there. Okay, so yeah, the ink acts as a conduit and just jolts the monkey, which goes flying off into the bushes with like a pitch shifted Wilhelm scream, just like ee, like off into the jungle.
So that was my reaction.
Yep.
And then I think on my action, I'm just going to be like waving around my I guess hammer would be the thing that would be in my hand.
Yeah, you can grab your hammer and take a swing with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah, you hit.
I didn't
Nice.
want to hit.
Yeah, you kill one. So the two that were fighting you,
No.
you just like bat the other one out of the sky, and he splashes into the water. I think we see him floating.
I think that my eyes have ink in them.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
So we see the monkey splash down into the water, and then we see a fin like swim up to it, and then it just disappears under the water. Meanwhile, Little Fox, you're floating around in the water. Are you rage swimming?
Yeah, she's gonna try to like pull herself back onto the boat.
oh God.
I am giving her the most pointless hand back into the boat ever.
Like, let me help you.
Well, I think-
grabbing her arm and like trying to pull her in.
Yeah, because I think when you reach up and grab onto the boat, immediately one of the monkeys starts like gnawing on your fingers, trying to knock you back in the water. So Ishi, you have to kind of like drive that one off.
Get on that.
Yeah, Little Fox, make an athletics roll. You have advantage.
I have advantage while I'm raging.
Yeah. Now, I assume because you're raging, you're not trying to do this like gently. You don't really care what happens to the boat, right? Like, I'm not saying you're gonna break the boat, but you don't care about the people in the boat so much. You're just like yanking
I'm
yourself
not
up out
gonna
of the water.
I'm not gonna capsize the boat because that would be dumb.
Yeah, you're not big enough to capsize the whole boat. But I'm just saying you may cause someone else to have to make a roll because you're pulling the boat one way.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
she just like well, and she's so big, right? That like even though she can like reach her arm over and hold like the opposite side of the boat and haul herself onto it in a semi-balanced way, it's just the whole thing is gonna rock all over the place. She's huge.
I think in doing so, you will get like a monkey attack of opportunity on you, but he's just like biting your hand.
Yeah,
It's not a
these monkeys can bite me as much as they want.
Okay, yeah, you pull yourself, no problem. The monkey attempts to bite you, which it does.
Yep.
Chomps into your finger for 1 damage.
Oh, okay, yeah, because they deal
regular
D4
piercing.
-1.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, little,
So yeah, there's like a monkey like on.
yeah,
her
he's
finger.
just like
She's hauling
chomps
herself
into
up.
your finger and hangs there as you pull yourself up into the boat. I think you rolled well enough not to disrupt the boat. So Malik or Ishi, either of you can.
How many are left?
There are 4. There are 4 monkeys remaining. Oh, actually, there's only 3 because the one that stole your mirror ran away.
It just left. Yeah.
It flew off.
All right. This is perfect magic missile.
Right, 1 each.
Yeah.
Okay. This is that scene from Fifth Element where he shoots the gun, where Zorg shoots the gun, and just like they all fly off in different directions. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. All 3 of the monkeys just turn into furry stains and disappear. Yeah.
That happened very quickly.
I mean, they only have 3 hit points.
It's sad. I'm sad.
Here, let's see if I can.
They're so cute.
And just imagine with like a big cigar sticking out of his mouth.
He looks like he's a gremlin. He's not a monkey, he's a gremlin.
Yeah, here I can actually show you the whole thing. I can make this handout belong to you.
That's so dumb. I love it.
Yeah, there you go, players. There's the flying
Aww.
monkey. Little mischief
Oh,
makers.
I want one for a pet.
No, I didn't care. Now it's got a cat tail. Oh no.
Listen, they're trying to steal your stuff. And now
They're
gone.
cute until they start hurling their own feces at you.
Exactly.
No, they're
So
dead now.
somewhere in the jungles of Chult, a flying monkey is now in possession of a mirror, and so will become the handsomest monkey in the whole jungle.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So
cut away from this. I want a story about the monkey. That's like let's play a game based around that.
yeah,
instead.
totally. We'll just make up a role playing game where everyone plays one character together. It's a monkey.
Yep.
All right. So yeah,
I want to play the monkey's reflection.
As suddenly as it began, it's now over, and the boat rocking back and forth, and yeah, monkey's gone. Everything's
Well,
cool.
that was engaging.
I think
Onward?
one of them took my mirror.
I think like I shakily sit back down and I'm like trying to like towel at my eyes, and I'm just
Here,
like-
Arcturus, let me get that for you.
No. It's gone.
Oh.
Nice.
You're like poking your like clawed fingers in a.
Please scrape that off for you.
Thank you. And like he's
Well,
like,
Fox just, like, shakes
pulling
it.
his hair in front of his face to see if it's like changed color or anything,
Yeah.
and like looking at the empty like jar of ink, like
Little Fox shakes herself dry like a massive sheepdog. Gets everyone wet again.
Yeah.
And then resumes rowing.
Yeah, I think like a small fish like falls out of your fur and like lands in the boat. All
I
right.
put it back in the river.
Yeah, pick it up. Bloop. And and you continue downriver. So everybody gets a whopping 30 experience points for defeating the flying monkeys. And and you continue. The rest of the day is uneventful. And so you end up making camp. So let's see, you went 1, 2, 3 there. And your second day you go 1, 2. And I think that night the place where you come closest to like making camp would be Camp Righteous, right? So
Camp Righteous.
So yeah, this as night falls, it starts to get dark. You start thinking about resting. That's when you see darkness silhouetted against a slightly lighter darkness to the east of you, a massive stone statue.
Oh, hey, look, it's the crocodile place again.
Ugh.
I don't
There's
want
just
to
like a low grumble from Little Fox as she
Wait,
keeps
Little Fox,
going.
isn't this where you met your really big friend?
And then a shudder because that was so scary.
Right, like as you go by, Ishii's talking, but everyone else is just like, not this horrible place.
Anyway,
Story,
we
I
have,
remember the story.
we have old fish for dinner.
Yeah, this is the last viable day of these fish. So
Ishii tells the fable of the crocodile and the humans again.
does Ishii? I mean, it's been like a week and a half. Do you? How well do you remember the story?
So it sounds more like this than it does like the actual like, and so it were, you know. It's
Yeah.
more like,
So there was a crocodile and a guy, and the crocodile and the guy made an agreement, and then the crocodile went back on the agreement, and like technically it didn't go back on it because the words were unclear, but
Arcturus, like
spirit of the
then
rules was
if you get it like really wrong from before, Arcturus then like clears his throat and opens his like diary to a page and starts like reading aloud exactly what it was that you said before.
the crocodile cleverly tricked the human and was the best, and the end.
And there was a jar of mayonnaise in the river.
Listen, Camp Rangers, these ruins remember when Rock was young. So do you rest here or do you rest like away from it because it's just giving you bad feels?
Away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't wanna-
the other side of the river, somewhere
the
a
other
bit behind you. Okay.
everybody else wants to sleep further away from the big
no,
statue.
no cyclopses, no stacked goblins,
Yeah.
no.
All right. So night falls. You make camp. You eat the last of your rations, and the rainy weather continues. Now, for Ishii and Little Fox, this is normal, right? You've lived in Chult a while. Obviously, you didn't come. You're not from here. There are no native Furbolg in Chult, or really very many other places in the world for that matter. But you're used to the seasons in Chult being like rainier or drier, but never anything but pummelingly hot. But it's been long enough, Arcturus and Malik, that maybe like for you, Malik at least, there's this expectation that the season would have changed at some point, but it hasn't. It's like there's just one weather here. That's it. I mean, for you, Arcturus, you're from a whole nother plane, so.
All of this is foreign, no matter what it is.
Right. Weather at all is not a concept. It's like tide would be a thing for you, but not water falling from the sky.
Currents and stuff, yeah.
If Chult would share a little of the rain with the people back home, then we wouldn't have to spend so much time. Have you eaten cactus fruit? It's never mind. It's
Cactus?
I can't say I've eaten cactus fruit, but I have eaten garbage. So, you know.
What is a
Fair.
cactus?
well. I will tell you, and then I fall asleep.
Yeah. Let me tell you, where I'm from, we've got 17 different words for cactus, and you pass out. Tell me of the waters of your homeland, Usul. Yeah, that's right, because Malik is from the desert. And yeah, there is a
I
surplus
would never voluntarily go there.
there is a surplus of greenery here. And it does remind you, sort of by its absence, of the pristine desolation of the Anarok. But for now, you're here where everything is green and there are flying monkeys. So you rest, and the next day you wake up to the continued rain, and blessings of Istishia upon all of us as we
let's do it.
make our way.
Be
You know what's-
blessed.
You know what's better than constant rain? You know what's better than this weather? I can think of a couple of things, but the one that I can think of the best is being underground. You ever been underground? It's pretty great.
We've been in several caves since we've been journeying together.
Yeah, but they're just like dens of other stuff. I'm talking about like vastly underground. You know, like all of Baldur's Gate underground. Like the whole place, anywhere you could go. That noble district, it's all gated off and stuff. No, I'd go there. Just have to go underground. It's fine.
I've never been there.
She's just like talking about sewers like they're the best thing ever.
They're pretty cool. They're all over the
sewer.
place. So
Tell
today,
me about your sewers.
today was another fortuitous day of journeying. You
Damn.
continue making excellent pace up the river, and that night, set aside and rest. So
I'm gonna fish.
you're gonna fish this time. All right, hit us with that
Yeah.
survival check, DC 15.
Boom. Surviving. No.
No, you don't survive. Please roll a new character.
Oh, what was the DC for throat leeches again? 10?
I can't remember. Let's
I think it's 10.
let's say it was 10.
It's not 24.
Okay. So Arcturus, yeah, this part of the river is not bountiful today. The river neglects you.
Ration.
And so everybody mark off rations.
Note that I do not have any.
All right, I will give you one of mine.
Yes, exactly.
I'm super
Take
glad
care of
we're
my
close to
friend.
home. I have 6 left.
I mean, you're a mere, let's see, 10,
Or like 2 days, 3 days.
3 days max. Yeah, out unless you get lost, which has you've been riding good luck now. So, all right, blessings of Istitia upon us. Let us continue our journey.
It's just like I've gone 4, 3, 2, 1, actually.
Yeah, it's getting worse. Istitia is abandoning you very slowly.
Because we're going back to Port Nyanzaro and that place is cursed.
Today, the rain kicks up, so you can't see much farther ahead of you. That's fine. There's only jungle and river to see, but it gets loud, right? Like the sound of the rain hitting the trees, hitting the surface of the river. The river is widening every day that you travel on it, but getting slower, and so there's just this like white noise all day. And I think at some points when the rain is at its highest, you have to shout to hear each other over the sound of just like the downpour. Let's see
Yeah,
how
it's rain on the river.
let's see how you do. So you're at 7 plus 7 today at normal pace. Okay. All right.
Rain
and
on the
then
River is
counters.
my Smoke on the Water parody.
Right. Okay. All right. Let me just check the encounter situation here. Okay. All right. Okay. So you find your path along the river, and then continue down that way. And at this part in the bend, the jungle is getting kind of thick. Maybe there's like a fallen tree that you have to navigate around. Parts of the area are the river are flooded. And so it's particularly hard going today because of the weather. But night does fall, and you find a place to push the canoe up, tip it over, and kind of like stand it up so it doesn't fill with rainwater overnight. Make a little bit of a lean-to, and set in to rest.
I try and fish again.
Arcturus, you realize like you're in a part of the river that isn't like thick enough for you to
It's like swampier.
yeah, it's pretty swampy. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can still do it, but you can't go fishing. You'll have to like hunt for like frogs or like pick.
Stab things
vines.
with my trident.
Yeah. Right. Like I don't know. You don't eat land animals, so.
They're going to be like Quinniquin, but blue, picking up frogs in the marsh.
Yeah. So Arcturus,
So I can try though, right?
well, I mean, that's my question is about your dietary restrictions. Do you eat frogs? Are amphibians part of your situation?
Probably. Well, I don't know. Probably not actually.
Yeah.
I don't imagine that those would be something that I'd be like accustomed to, and I don't think that Arcturus is very adventurous with his diet.
Do you have create food or water?
Not prepared.
Mm.
I'll just have a ration. I've got 9 of them I can share.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
Well,
somebody
I
mark off 2.
Ishi, yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds
I've
good.
got 11 more
rations.
All right. So overnight or like partway through the evening, maybe in the morning, the weather clears right up. This is the first time we've had this. The rain, the clouds have finished their torrential downpour. The weather temper tantrum has ended. And for the first time in weeks, the sun comes out, and it's like a breath of fresh air.
I pull my hat down.
Yeah, Ishi,
My
it
hat
is
down. I'm like,
brutally hot, and the hateful sun is staring down at you. And somewhere in the distant jungle, you hear a man shout, "Huzzah!" Someone's very excited about this dry and sunny weather.
All right.
So
well,
yeah,
excited is
No,
to
bring the
hear
rain
about it.
back. That sun's giving me
within a
headache.
few hours, you'll dry right up, and your gear won't be damp, but it's still gonna be hot. It's gonna be hotter than
Bummer.
hell today.
Well, let's see what Istishia has to say.
This is not
no.
about that.
No.
Okay.
Istishia is like, fuck this
Yeah,
weather.
seriously, Estisha is not into it. All right, so you got a 7 for the skill. Normal pacing. Let's see if you can wayfind your way. Okay, so first things first. Unfortunately, all that brutal rain got your shit all turned around. Y'all are over here.
Ah.
So you ended up halfway between. You're in like a tributary between the Soshin Star and the Tiriki, not on the Soshin Star main line anymore. You're out in the jungle, and this is the thing that Malik and Little Fox in the morning you kind of like, oh damn. So yeah, is that the plan? Like straight north?
Yeah, assuming we can still canoe travel.
Yeah. I think it's
If
reasonable.
we got lost on a canoe, we could probably get back on a canoe.
It's like if we stayed here for a couple days, it would be too dry to continue. But for now, the flooding.
I think
is still-
I think it's okay to count coming back.
yeah.
If you try to go back
Okay.
the same way you came. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just gonna bloop. Just gonna try to run down river as quick as we can.
Sure. Okay. So let me. There is an encounter before you leave this dangerous zone. So I'm gonna need a different.
This is a
encounter
zone
roll.
of danger.
It is a zone of danger.
Danger
Skull.
zone.
You can see it.
All right. So let me throw this.
I think it's amazing how we've managed to reference Danger Zone more times on this show than we have been able to reference Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's
like-
because one I've like tried to avoid, and the other just comes up. And I just let it happen. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Okay, so here's what happens. So you set out into the jungle, and realizing, like, I guess, do you, Little Fox and Malik, do you tell your friends that, like, hey, we're lost, or is that something you keep to yourselves? The two of you know, or that
As
you
far as
got
Little
lost.
Fox is concerned, this is all part and parcel of traveling in the jungle. But like, you're gonna get a little turned around, and like, she's not lost.
Yeah.
You know, like we'll be fine. We got a little sidetracked, but we're all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not worried.
All right.
No, Malik's in a very good mood. And he tells the rest, he's like, oh, looks like we're going to have to make our way up through this marsh area today. Got a little bit turned around by all that rain. But now the sun's come out. It's going to be a good day. I can tell already. And then the encounter.
And then the encounter, yeah. So it's noon. You are you're rowing your. Actually, I think this is the part where you've had to portage the canoe. So you've gotten out of the canoe and you're like carrying it from one tributary to another. Like the little river that you were in kind of dried up. Like the mud got really thick with the heat from the morning.
Yeah.
And so you had to stop and like lug the boat. And you're climbing up a little bit of an incline when you see a corpse. Unmistakably a dead body lying face down in the mud, a pack on its back. Its body is like swollen. You can see an arm like hanging down in the mud, and its fingers are big like fat sausage fingers. And it's lying face down, and the mud around it is like reddish with blood.
Somebody's had a really bad time here.
A poor traveler.
Well, it's an unburned corpse, so
Oh, right. We should.
Yeah,
Oh.
Little Fox walks up to it with her large hammer and just caves its head in as like the first order of business.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you walk up to it and like hit it in the head, and it bursts. And blood, brain, chunks of skull. It's off camera, but we hear the splash.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ew.
somewhere between a crunch and a splash. Yeah, okay.
It's like when you drop a pumpkin from a
Yeah,
third
it's like
story
a
window.
Gallagher situation.
Gross.
Yep. Okay.
And then she like looks back at y'all and shrugs and is gonna like check the surrounding area. I'm gonna look for.
Is there any like I
Whatever
guess
else we do.
after the smushing happens, I a little bit like go a little bit forward towards the corpse and see if I can notice anything about like how it may have died, or other than the head wound, obviously.
Yeah, make a medicine check. You want to like turn it over?
I mean, if I have to.
Oh, you definitely do. Yeah, it's under its bag.
Okay.
And-
Take,
Yeah,
take
so-
the backpack off.
It has a bag.
Rotate.
That's like,
Yeah, he's lying face down with the bag on his back.
Then,
And
Yeah.
Little Fox is going to check the perimeter just to make sure that there aren't like other bodies somewhere, or that the thing that killed
Okay.
this isn't. You
Little
know,
I use
Fox?
my trident to like.
Okay.
No, wait, before you turn him over, we gotta get the bag off of him.
like trying to
You
pull
go
it.
ahead.
All
Yeah.
right, so little Fox, make an investigation check. Arcturus, make a medicine check.
Why is it not going?
I don't know.
Me and Malik are gonna dig through this
I'll
backpack together.
refresh the page.
I do a not so great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You see some like tracks in the mud with blood kind of drizzled around them, but they don't mean anything. Like you just see like some boot prints. Someone like trying to stand but slipping in the mud, right? Like it's a boot print but dragged sideways.
Yeah. So like maybe someone else was traveling with this person, or maybe this is the person that killed them. There's no clear narrative about it.
Yeah.
My Roll20 isn't working.
Okay.
I have a
can
plus
roll-
6.
I can roll for you. I can just open up your character sheet. If
Yeah.
you refresh, it'll be fine.
I'm trying.
That's okay. So you're making a medicine check.
Hmm.
Okay, there we go. Arcturus, you got an 18. Good work.
Thanks.
Nice.
You did it. Yeah, and you take a look at the body. I mean, aside from the fact that the corpse has no head, and if anything happened to or was related to the head of the corpse that caused its death, that evidence is gone forever. The body is swollen and like bloated, not in the way that a drowned body is, but in the way that a body who is reacting negatively to some kind of venom or poison. There is a long, thin. I guess actually you wouldn't see it. There's like a hole like punched in its shoulder, and that's the only wound on the body, and the whole thing is just like swollen up horribly. It's slowly
Is there going to be like a snake inside this corpse?
Snake corpse. Yeah, so it has like a puncture wound. Probably from like seems like about something like as the wound goes about as deep as a knife, or like a javelin, like a narrow spear. Yeah,
But too big to be a Grungblow dot.
definitely.
Okay.
This is weird. I don't know why my thing isn't working. Let me try my.
So what are you gonna do?
I inform the rest of the group that this isn't like something definitely caused this to swell up that wasn't just decomposition, and we should be wary of poisonous or venomous things about.
Well, let me check this bag that definitely doesn't have a bunch of poison snakes in it and find out.
Okay, all right. Can you roll a d4 for me, Ishi?
Sure.
How many snakes?
That's how many snakes
Yeah,
are going to
that's how many
murder you.
snakes.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I got bit by a fucking snake. In this-
Okay, all right. So the bag, once you get it open, has a strong. There's a strong like sweet, like kind of mead smell, like alcohol and honey. And that's because this person was carrying a bunch of like small wooden casks of a drink that is popular in Port Nyanzaru. It's called Tej. It's a amber-colored fermented honey drink.
Okay.
But three of the four little kegs that this person was carrying are broken, but there is one that is still a little 1 gallon cask that's still good.
And Ishi sort of like assesses each of the casks with, I'm assuming Malik like we're doing this together sort of thing.
Yeah.
And finds the one that's like not broken and hands it to Malik and goes,
That stuff is really good.
Yeah, so Malik, the cask, it's a dark wooden cask, about the size of, I don't know, like a person's head. And it's sealed, and there's a wax seal on the side with a hexagon shape with a little bee on it with little wings.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, this should fetch a nice price when we get back to town, unless, of course, you think we deserve to consume it ourselves after our little excursion.
I'm not saying that I don't, yeah, you might be able to sell it, but you kind of want to drink it too, so.
Yeah, it's good. Stuff's tasty.
All right. Well, we'll save it until we get back
We
to
do have an infinite supply of beer out of our.
Yeah, but it's always the same beer. It's not like you
Yeah,
have
but
a
it's the
it's not like you have a tap
infinite beer.
for like stouts and IPAs and like that's a totally different kind of magic urn that can give you like 16 kinds of craft beer. That one's worth a lot more than this one.
It can also do a gallon of honey.
That's true. Yeah.
So we could start making our own. We could start our own business.
I can load other pages, but I cannot load Roll20.
Weird.
Screw the death curse. We're just gonna.
That's all right. Well, we gotta take a break anyway. So
Okay.
clear your cache on the break there, Blue Jay, and we'll see if we can recover you. Everybody else, sit tight. We will be back with more Tomb of Annihilation when we return. This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net. everybody. Welcome back to Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation, where we try to answer the most important questions Dungeons & Dragons has to offer, like, is hummus a liquid? The answer will surprise you.
The answer is sort of.
Sort of. So, if you weren't watching live, you don't have any idea why that's a thing. Doesn't matter. It's fine. All right, let's do the thing. So, let's see. You've got yourself some Tej, and you are ready to roll out into the jungle. Now, do you?
Like with
how are you gonna handle the situation? So this guy obviously died from something violent.
Yeah.
Little Fox looked around and couldn't see any like obvious like signs or reasons why that might be.
Did we get anything out of his pack?
Yes, you got the booze.
We got a cask
Right.
of Tej.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that like I would just like, okay, as we continue on, let's just be on the lookout, right?
Yeah, I don't think we can do anything specific for preparing against poison unless that's a spell.
I don't have it prepared, no.
All right. Let's just, be careful.
It's the hard part of being a cleric, you know? You gotta know a day in advance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh.
gotta know what to pray for.
And specifically, whoever's holding this Tej, in case that was what attracted the creature in the
I've got the
first place.
cask like over my head right now.
It's a really important beverage in Port Nyanzaru because intellectuals would drink it and then take turns giving each other lectures about things. They call them Tej Talks.
Oh god.
I could see, Andrew, I could see your face while I was about to make that joke.
Yeah, I was just like, I know where this is going,
Yeah.
and I hate it.
Well, let's
All
get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so as you continue carrying the boat, I think that you arch over this hill and you notice more evidence of this person's, like you're going towards the way that they came away from. So you see more footprints in the mud, and I think that you notice, maybe Arcturus, you notice it. There is a chunk of what maybe at first you think is like a mineral sticking out of the mud. It's like amber colored. It catches the light and has a kind of shine to it, which is what grabs your eye in the first place.
I go to closer investigate this shiny object.
Okay. Yeah, it's a chunk about like fist sized of a kind of hexagonal structured like material that seems to be coated in some kind of like viscous like amber fluid.
Uh-oh.
It's a honeycomb.
Yes. I just didn't describe it that way to Arcturus because
Arcturus.
context.
Yeah. I think that is it like around the path of this guy? Is that why?
It looks like it's just nearby. Just like on the ground.
Yeah, I think I would like I want to does this smell like anything on the guy? Does it seem like it was connected? Is it also anywhere else on the path?
I mean, that was a lot of questions.
Sorry.
What do you actually want to know? It's just like it looks like someone dropped it. Like it's just lying in the mud.
Weird.
What's weird?
There's I don't know. It's some weird, strange material. Apparently, in the same-ish path that this fella was traveling. I don't know if it's associated at all.
I take the cask that I'm like holding like a baby right now and give it to Arcturus.
Oh.
You hold that a sec.
And
Okay.
then I look at the thing and I'm like,
It's honey, basically.
Yeah,
No?
but it's like big, right? Like the individual chunks of the honeycomb are quite large.
Yeah. Okay.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Is
Okay.
that-
So
is that-
this is giant bees, guys. This is a giant bees situation.
This is Banjo Kazooie.
Is that used for something?
And I like pick it up because I'm like, oh, it's not going to be dangerous, in the way that Arcturus is kind of like,
I just like I don't know what it is. It could be poisonous.
I pick it up.
Yeah, it's only a little bit muddy, Ishi, and it's still good.
I was gonna say, and I eat it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should take a
Wait,
big bite out
what?
of it. It's all waxy and delicious.
Yeah, but it's got honey on it. So
Yeah.
it's,
Are you
She's
sure
like
that's not
honey dripping down
poisonous?
Ishi's face.
You
No,
could
it's fine. It's fine. It's honey. You know, like the stuff they use to make that drink you're holding right there?
And
And
then
I like sniff it a bit, like no, I don't know.
so Little Fox comes over, scowls, and then looks at the honeycomb, of which there's like a person lip, and you can see her like putting her hands out and trying to like gauge the size of it, and then she just says to Ishi, "Bees, this big," indicating like an
Oh.
8-inch long. Because like I'm guessing this is the range, Adam, like
Yeah.
8 inches to a foot long
Yep.
bee that we're gonna be messing with here. Yeah, and so she just like to give you some context, is like bees this big. And lets that hang in the air. It's like, the bee would be as large as your torso or your head.
Is that an unusual size?
Yeah, yes.
and I hand the rest of like the chunk that I haven't put in my mouth, like hold it out to Little Fox, like
You better eat the rest of this before they show up.
like
Yeah, and she just like puts her hand out like, no.
I like touch it with my
they'll sting the
finger
person
and
with
like sniff it
It's
a
very
little.
sticky. Smells good though. Tastes
Nah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
And
my
so she
ins-
says,
Sorry.
let me talk to them. Stay back. And I want to
Wait,
go find
bees?
these bees.
Those aren't animals or plants.
It's true.
Bees are animals.
These are insects.
I think technically it's beasts that you can.
Yeah.
You can
Oh,
speak with.
okay.
No, but that's what I mean. I'm agreeing with you.
With beasts and plants.
I don't think. Let me look. Like the monster.
Is
it
the
a
monster
beast?
manual
Are these
will qualify this.
beasts? I mean, like,
Listen, don't
has to
ask
be-
me.
I'm
This is
not-
not my call. This is the.
no, I know.
this is the
I'm not
monster.
going to be like, Adam, what the fuck, or
They
whatever.
are.
But
They
I'm
are
like,
beasts. Yeah.
okay,
insects,
cool.
Insects
It's
are a
like-
subset of beast.
the
So you
fucking
can
animal
talk to
kingdom,
insects.
y'all.
Animalia.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be very weird for them to not, like, I could see a world where they categorize them
Yeah.
as being something else.
You can't spell beast without misspelling bees.
That would be if they were bays.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how they get along.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to go and try and find their hive?
Yeah, and like get these bees to chill out and not murder us.
Okay. All right.
Or at least know where it is so that we can move around it.
Okay. This is going to require a survival check to like look like be aware of it
Okay.
instead of stumbling into it.
I'm like
Does
running
Malik wanna get
my.
involved and help me, or
But Little Fox, if we haven't seen any yet, then we could just keep going, right? And like hopefully we just never run into any.
yeah, and she like kneels down in front of you and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Hope's not a plan," and then like gets up and walks down the way to try to like figure out where these bees are.
Hope's
I'm like
not a
running
plan.
my tongue like back and forth along the roof of my mouth and being like, nah. Like I can't decide if I like it or not.
Arcturus is doing a Mr. Ed impression right now. Okay. All right. So, yeah, are you you're making that roll, little fox? Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Damn.
Wow.
All right.
Welcome
Let's
to
hit
both
both
ends of the bell curve.
Yeah. So I get a 26.
Yep, you sure do. Yeah, no
Perfect.
problem. So here's what you see. You come upon a up in the trees, a huge bee's nest, and it looks like something very bad has happened here recently because there is a pit in the ground with a bunch of like fronds over top of it and a thick column of whitish smoke like drifting up out of it. There are several
Right.
dead bodies lying around, all in the same swollen condition. There is a small, it's not a cart because a cart in the jungle doesn't make any sense. It's like a piece of canvas stretched between two long poles, but it's lying on the
Yeah, they have,
ground.
like a sledge.
Yeah, like a sled, exactly. But they would carry, two people would carry it. And there's chunks of honeycomb all over the place.
Oh, they were trying to get the
Yeah,
honeycomb.
Yeah, so they were smoking the bees out and then
Yes.
destroying the bee's nest in order to get
Yeah,
honey.
there's also
That's
an
not how you do
angry
that.
there's also an angry buzzing sound in the air coming from the beehive.
And so, yeah, in her usual way, talking in Sylvan in a fairly low tone, she's going to approach. And Little Fox is like apologizing to the bees that this bad thing happened, and is offering to help, like, clear up all the like smoke and stuff. Like, she's going to help them tidy up and get the bodies out of here and all this kind of stuff. My thinking being, I can loot all the bodies essentially in doing so, and make friends with these bees, and then they won't murder us with their horrible puncture stinger,
Okay.
bloated corpse murder vibes.
So you'd like to use your honeyed words to make these creatures
God, please
believe
stop.
that you're their friend.
Oh God, I'm leaving.
Trust me, Adam.
Come hell or
I'm
high
definitely
water.
Sweet enough.
All right. Make the roll.
Okay, so it's a charisma check with advantage. We're just hopping on the chaos plateau.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, and so yeah, she's just like, I'm so sorry that this happened. Like, please let me help. I can take the fire away and all this kind of stuff. I get a 10. I get a 15
because you have advantage. Yep. You got a 10, but the 10 doesn't count. Okay. All right. So I think, yeah, you see them, they emerge, these enormous bees, and kind of like buzz around you.
Like foot-long bees.
Yeah, but they
fuzzy-
keep their distance. They don't like, I think they like land on you, like, are like crawling around on you and like flicking their wings. But yeah, I think that you've managed to like keep them from attacking. They don't swarm.
And there's this thing where she has to keep talking in this really like soothing way. So like the whole time that she's doing this stuff, there's just this like low kind of talking in Sylvan, and she's just like, I know, I'm just gonna move this now, and like.
So do you? I mean, you can't really do both, right? Talk to them and do the labor. So you're gonna have to convince your friends.
I'll happily, if Little Fox says to go and like do stuff, then I'll go do stuff.
Yeah, so maybe I'll wave people over then, and so I'm
Yeah.
still like talking to the bees.
So
and
while you're like doing this calming voice thing, Ishi's like,
Okay, I'm gonna just grab this, drag it over here.
like kind of moving the bodies away from
and just like push all the
fire.
dirt from the hole back into the hole to smother the fire, like, and then drag the bodies away. Is what we need to do.
He's like happy to get into that work if you need her to be an extra pair of hands.
I would also assist.
It looks like you've got everything under control over there. I'm doing...
I would be like trying to peek a look at the bees, but like definitely still helping.
Yeah, and they're like these big fuzzy insects that are crawling all over Little Fox, and she's just like, yes, okay, we're friends.
Their little like pollen covered antennae, just kind of like poking at your face.
I hope your queen is okay. Like, yeah, cool, great. How you doing, ladies?
Any pouches or bags on the bodies, Adam? I'm gonna like take a look at them, if possible.
Okay. I don't think so. I think they mostly just have tools for harvesting the honey, like saws or hatchets.
All right. So it's about like covering up the rest of the fire, dragging the bodies away, and then like going back over to Little Fox and being like, "What now?"
Yeah. I mean, you've cleared up the problem, so.
Yeah, and so the bees are like hopefully chilling out a little bit, and Little Fox is just like, and now we leave, and I will keep talking to them. You go.
Okay.
And so yeah, she just like keeps droning at these bees in soothing tones and like walks them away out of your path so that y'all can carry on.
Yeah. We like move past it, I guess. And move on from there.
All right. So I think I'm just calculating experience for you. I think that the time and effort that it takes to do this slows you down, so I only go 2 hexes today.
Oh yeah.
But everybody gets 150 experience.
Nice.
Yay.
And you have the thing, and yeah, as you said, right? Like it's that these people came downriver to like look for hives to like harvest the honey to take back to Nyanzaro to make into this.
Just to make sure we're not doubling up. Has anybody written Cask of Tej yet? Because I will, if not.
Okay.
And then I didn't catch it. Did we get anything else from the
No, unless you wanted
corpses?
like a hatchet or
I go to draw a picture of the bee in my journal and then realize I don't have any ink.
Oh,
Uh,
damn monkeys.
I will lend you some of mine.
Aw.
Oh,
All right, everybody. If you don't have it already, mark inspiration,
cool.
and let's see how the weather goes. Let's see if that hot streak holds. Survey says, "Hell no, we're back to heavy rain." Just
Yes.
the heat of the day brings on a front, and then just pouring rain overnight.
And it's still not enough for Astitia to be happy.
Yeah, I think it wakes all of you in the middle of the night, like all the thunder suddenly, and then just brutal rain. You have to run and like set up a camp in the middle of the night to hide. And and then the next morning, damp and ready to set out. Arcturus.
Oh, sorry. I'll also ration.
Yeah.
Number
You
2
want
for
to
me?
hunt for last night?
Oh,
or-
no,
everybody,
sorry. I
everybody
just
use
ate
rations. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you head out for wayfinding. It's a +1 today, so a total of 7. Normal pace. Away we go. Okay. So you're heading, like 1 north, and then here and then there. Yeah, exactly. That's the plan. Okay.
Whoa, the font's different in Firefox.
Okay. And today, you safely avoid any encounters.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
Port
Answer.
Nyanzaro is so close, you can taste it. You're almost there.
Can we see
What does
it?
it taste like?
It doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like hope.
I think there's still too much jungle in the way. We'll be able to see it once we come around the bend
The
here.
river bend?
Yeah.
Just around the room.
Okay.
So Adam,
Yes.
on this next day, I would like to double time it so that we get all the way back to Port Nyanzaru.
So I think it only gives you 1 more hex if you go fast. Let me check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
we
if
would need
you,
to- we would need to
it's
get more
certainly an
than
option. Now is a great time to do it, but let me double check for you because I don't think we've really done it before. Travel distance. Here we go. If you move at a fast pace, we roll a d4. You have a 50-50 chance of moving 1 more hex.
that. Oh, it's not worth it because
No, that's
if
just
we go at a normal pace, we get there in 2 days. So
Yeah, screw it. Just go regular.
All right. So
Wait, is it again?
yeah, because it was just another day. So are you? The rain starts to give out at the end of the day.
Boom.
Arcturus heals you up. Did everybody mark a ration for that day?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Just
And
the
now,
marking
and now you head out.
Yeah, I'm
this-
feeding she all the way home here.
This day you've got better luck from Istitia. So wayfinding with advantage, skill bonus of 10 today. Normal pace. Astronomically low chances of you getting anything but a success. And
It could still happen.
It could still happen. That's true. Okay, and another peaceful day. So we're gonna go 1, 2, right? Let's see, 1 here, yeah, and then 2 to there, and then 3 here. So you're like at the mouth of the river, and it's starting to open up. You can smell the green of the jungle has started to dissipate and be replaced by the salty smell of the sea.
That's nice.
Yeah, Arcturus must be stoked.
Yeah, Arcturus, it's like this. Suddenly you can breathe easier. At the end of the day, you emerge from the jungle, and there's just the expanse of the ocean. And to your right, the sort of higher cliffside of leading up to Port Nyanzaru. And I guess you're going to take the coastline from here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I will try and fish today.
You fish today? Okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
So I get fish.
All right, so it's a D6 plus your, I think it was D6 plus your wisdom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. I get 5. So that's enough to get us to
Enough to
port.
get us back to the port. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 4 tonight, and then 1 person gets extras tomorrow. Okay. And then the next day's weather, heavy rain today.
And Istitia is just like so on and off,
Yeah.
really.
Astitia is a fickle creature. All right. So the last day of travel, rolling with advantage. You got a +7. Going at normal pace. And this time you're on coast or lake, which is much easier to navigate. So. Okay. So partway there, however,
Mm.
on your way along the coast to Port Nyanzaru, you thought you could get away without one more random encounter, but no, you were wrong. So let's see.
Parting shot of the jungle.
Swamp, river, jungle. I think this one is a beach one. Yeah, beach. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So this close to the city. This is interesting. Okay. So this close to the city, you're within a third of the day, traveling along the coastline, the ocean to your left, Port Nyanzaru up ahead. You can maybe see it. You can't see it through the haze because it's rainy as hell today. But at some point, you hear brush cracking, and ahead of you, you see about 150 feet, because normally you'd be able to see them much sooner, but you don't. This happens much closer than usual because of the rain. You see first the brownish gray muzzle, and then the head and the neck of an Allosaurus as it comes up out of the trees and out onto the beach, looking around and sniffing the air. An Allosaurus, for folks who may not know.
Yeah, it's an owl.
Yeah, it's an Owlosaurus. It's like an owlbear.
Allosaurus.
So it looks like this.
Ugh, ferocious.
It's like a small Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
It's of a similar genus. And so it comes out onto the beach, sniffing around, looking, and then two more, slightly smaller than it, come out of the jungle and out onto the beach, and they spot you.
Battle faster. Battle faster.
Yeah, and they're only 150 feet away. What are you gonna do?
Paddle out.
Fog
slightly further.
cloud.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna drop a fog cloud and we're gonna book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
Okay.
good.
I'm fine with that.
Hide.
I mean, okay, so how big are these Allosauri?
An Allosaurus is a large beast. So
So a 2x2.
yeah, so it'd be
Yeah.
like 10 feet tall, give or take.
Yeah.
Hide.
I bet we could fight it, but
Yeah,
I think it
I
would
mean,
make
there's
sense
3 of them.
if we were being reasonable people. We would just leave because we have a boat.
Yeah. They can swim.
And
We'll be fine.
the reason I ask about size is that that's big enough that Little Fox is like, cool, I got to go out to sea a little bit and
Yeah.
give these things a wide berth.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you cast Fog Cloud. I think they rush you, right? Because they see you, they roar, and then run towards you. They can move. Let's see how fast they can go, because I want to see if they can get to you before you can get that Fog Cloud out. They can move 120 feet in a turn.
We're 150 feet away.
You
Yeah.
are. Yep.
So they
So they get really close
They get
to us.
real close before you drop that Fog Cloud. So yeah, you bring up it's a 20-foot radius centered at a point. The cloud doesn't move, right? You'll have to move out of it.
Yeah.
Where are you creating it? What does this look like?
I'm guessing as it gets closer, I cast it in between us and them so that we can
They run into it.
yeah.
Okay.
So we can skirt around the edges of the cloud, but they're in it.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I'll make a wisdom check for them to see if they can kind of figure out what happened. Because they were drawn to you by scent, not by
Yeah.
so,
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're smelling after you. So just because
They
they can't see
definitely
you,
weren't drawn to us by dinosaurs, that's for sure.
just because they can't see you doesn't mean that they're not gonna chase you down. Okay.
What about a perception check for them?
Yeah, that's what this is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, perception is rooted in wisdom. But
Okay.
Why?
They see through it and continue through the crowd, sniffing after you.
so here's the question for you, Adam.
Yes.
How deep does this water get, and do these things have a swim speed?
So you're in a canoe, not a boat, right? So
Yep.
you have to stay pretty close. They don't have a
I know
swim
that I
speed.
can't go out to sea, but
Yeah.
Little Fox's
it's-
goal is going to try to be to get to water that's deep enough, even if it's a little bit more difficult to navigate,
Yeah.
just such that these things can't follow us. Because now that we're running, we're really committed. Because the water's definitely too deep that I can't hop out of the canoe.
I think if you can make a survival check, make a DC 15 survival check. You got to make it alone because you're the one paddling the boat. If you can make it, I think you can get out far enough without like the boat becoming.
This is like a navigation
compromised.
thing. I'm trying to pull some maneuvers here.
Yeah.
Because now that we're committed to this course, I get a 21.
So they do that thing where they rush out into the water, snapping after you, and you're like push out to sea, and you're the boat's tipping, and you're having kind of a harder time out there. But they sort of like swim out far enough that they realize they're like snapping up out of the water and they can't get you.
Well, and they get slowed down by the water
Yeah.
being at like chest height.
Yeah, and their feet like start losing the ground, and they like angrily like snort at you, and eventually the bigger one turns around and the other two follow.
Yeah, and like Little Fox like roars back. She's just
And they stalk you up the beach, right? They follow you for several hours, like waiting for you to come back in.
yeah. So there's this like really uncomfortable, tense thing of me like doing tricky like boat management and staying far out.
Yeah, waiting for
God,
you
that
to
would be
come back in.
stressful.
And I think they're tenacious enough that they just like they wait, right? You can't camp in your boat.
I can.
You're not close enough to Port Nyanzaru to
I thought we were gonna get there today.
get there.
Right.
So no, not today. No,
Oh,
because
I
you
thought
started
that was,
here. This is
Oh,
like
I thought this was the next day.
no, this
Yeah,
is
this
close.
is the end of the
This
day
is the
before.
end of this day.
Yeah.
All right, dinosaurs. We gave you a chance to leave. Now let me see if they enjoy one of these, and I just throw a fireball at them from the boat.
Okay.
That's a
Go
fair
away.
move, I think.
I think animals generally don't like large fiery explosions. Generally.
Okay. Yeah, go
Go
for it.
away.
Because the range on fireball is 150 feet, so you got no problems. Okay.
Really rainy.
Oh right, and it's in this heavy rain too. I'd forgotten. So yeah, we're just getting like pelted with rain, and it's dark.
Okay. Let's see how close together.
You
they
should
are.
This is
Just
definitely considered a storm, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. You get two of them in the fireball. You don't kill either of them, even if they fail their save. But...
No, it's just you can keep stalking us, but I might keep doing this to you. So you should
Right.
probably
Yeah.
not.
Okay. Let me make the save first, just in case it matters. So one of them takes full damage. Second one takes full damage. Okay. And then I'll make a what's your spell DC? 16?
16.
All right. I'll make this is a morale check. Okay, they just barely fail. So you fireball them. There's the hissing steam. Suddenly the explosion, sand gets thrown everywhere, and they turn. One of them falls down and kicks his feet in the sand. The biggest one roars angrily at you and kind of like runs up to the water and like roars really loud, trying to scare whatever just like threw a fireball at them because he doesn't
Yeah,
understand
and
like
Little Fox
fireballs.
just roars back across
Yeah.
the water at it.
And then it huffs, turns back around as the other one is getting up, and the three of them stomp back away across the like not the plains, but the kind of open terrain back toward the jungle. And the last one just like kind of looks back at you one last time, steams coming off of his burned flesh, and yeah, just like, and then turns and goes into the jungle.
Because it's heavy rain, Ishi's bailing out the canoe this whole time while all these maneuvers are happening. I got a bucket, just
1, 2, 3. You're actually there. Okay. Cool. All right. So you drive off the
Next time
Allosaurus.
I could just call lightning over and over and over, and it's only one spell slot. So that's also a choice.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Dave is broken.
Yeah. Since we were able to stay far away, yeah, if they stuck around, they would just get artillery blasted forever.
Mhm.
Our human is a robot.
No, Malik is just Dave's holding very still. Don't point it out.
Look, if you hold still, the T-Rex can't see you.
Exactly.
They only see movement.
Got
He's
it.
just frozen
Yeah,
in
that's
place,
how
so
it
the T-Rex can
works.
get him. Okay, so let me calculate experience. There we go.
No, the overlay.
The overlays. They're all
I'm like
screwed
cut in
up.
half.
Everybody's all sliced up. There we go. Welcome back, Dave.
You were a robot for a minute.
Okay, so let's see. Divided by the 4 of you. Okay, cool. So your last encounter before you reach Port Nanzaro, I'm sure, is let me see, because was that? Yeah, that was an afternoon encounter. Okay, so you everybody gets 337 experience for
I
not
gotta
having
use
to
a
fight,
calculator for that.
not having to fight the Allosauruses. Good stuff.
337.
Yeah, 337. Okay. And yeah, and then one last day of travel. Let me catch up the GM version of you. Bloop. All right, so returning to Port Nyanzaru. Oh, there you go. So weather's all over the place. So it's a dry and sunny return to town.
Well, this is out by the coast, so the weather sweeps over and then it like lingers in the middle of chill.
Yeah, and I don't think we have to roll for this one. I think this is just you come home. Nyanzaru is right there. You just
Port Nyanzaru.
roll in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me move y'all back to the Port Nyanzaru map, and this time you're coming back by Le Canoe. So I guess you would come in if you go all the way down to the bottom of the map. You'd see you come in like this way to where the dinosaur pens are, or you could paddle your way right into the center of town.
Into the harbor.
There, yeah. Let's roll up into the harbor and disembark there.
What is this? Sorry, I'm just looking at the map and now I'm curious about stuff as I do. What's this little tower out here?
Which one?
In the top right of the map. There's like there's a building on a little island.
I see it. Yeah.
And
Let me get
a
my
little like boat parked
let me
here.
get my Nyanzaru key out and I will answer that question for you.
I would imagine that it's a lighthouse or something.
Something like that, but it's D&D, so it could be any kind of strange thing.
It's a wizard's tower.
Also, north. Sorry, this whole map is this way. So you're coming from the west. So you're actually coming from the top down. You're coming towards that thing. I didn't realize this map was oriented west up.
Oddly.
So you're coming in this way towards the city dump. Okay.
Sick.
Yeah. So
just toss the boat in there.
Let me check. Yeah, right, because you left east because you went down the other river and then you went across.
Yeah, and now we're coming back on the coast.
Coming back on the other. Yeah.
The city dump is the perfect place to enter the city. If
Yeah,
you ask.
Ishi, you are very familiar with the dump.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me find the Port Nyanzaru locations in the city. You were asking about location number 9, which is, let's see. It is a temple, in fact.
Ooh.
Yeah, make a history check for me.
Can I make a religion check instead?
No, because that's you can make a religion check after this.
Okay. I got a 13.
All right. So I don't know if you've ever been here. That's up to you. It is isolated from the rest of the city on a rocky formation in the sea. There's a causeway, this little bridge here from Temple Hill, which is this area, which you've been to.
Yep.
It's the only way to get to this place, aside from the like secret little harbor they have. It's not really a secret, but it's like a private harbor.
A little breakwater around it.
And when you look at it from a distance in a sunny day, which is like what you've got here, it looks like the roof is a disc just floating above the island. It is a temple to Sun, who is the Faerunian goddess of beauty.
Heck.
And
Ooh.
it is only rumored what kinds of exciting things go on in the temple to the goddess of beauty.
So this is like a goddess of sexy beauty.
Yes, not a goddess of like inner deep like philosophical beauty.
Okay.
Though that too, I think. Let
They
me
probably
take
eat
a look.
babies to gain their youth.
Let me
That's
see.
my
Yeah. Well, that's probably not.
Make a religion check. We'll talk. It's actually pronounced Sunni. Sorry. Thank you, the internet.
Okay, I got a
22.
22.
Okay. I'll read you from the Forgotten Realms wiki. Sunni, also known as Lady Firehair, is the deity of beauty and governance over love. Her dogma primarily concerned love based on outward beauty, with primary importance being placed on loving people who responded to the Sunnites' appearance. Her symbol is that of a beautiful woman with red hair.
Yeah, but Little Fox is a beautiful woman with red hair.
Maybe.
Suni
is the
I agree.
Suni is the goddess of conventional attractiveness. So
and very conventionally attractive for a furbolg.
yes, but she's not a furbolg goddess, unfortunately.
No, that's me. I'm a furbolg goddess, Adam.
Damn right.
This is what I'm saying.
So yeah, that's the Temple of Suni. It is a holy place, and
all right, we're
I'm
skipping
guessing
the
we
temple.
can't park there.
This is I don't
I mean,
think
it would
this
be
is
funny if
supposed
you just
to.
went there because you're like, I want to, but
I mean, I do because it's a temple. But
however, it's interesting because you're looking at this beautiful sort of seemingly magical, like floating palace, but right next to you is the refuse pit, an enormous sinkhole that serves as the city's garbage dump. Every kind of refuse gets tossed here, up to and including dead bodies. It's a festering scar of garbage, rancid water, and vermin.
that
Stinks
the-
like hell.
I mean,
Yeah.
people call that the refuse pit, but really that's the refuse pit.
Right.
So the glowing stuff is the refuse bin?
Yeah, it's a big garbage hole.
Okay.
Big stinky garbage hole.
Right. Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we pull up the canoe right here.
Okay. All right. Are you going to
Well-
secure it in some fashion, or do you want to carry it all the way to the
like
inn?
cliffs? Aren't those cliffs?
I mean, you can climb up them, I guess, if you wanted to. They're not. It's not like sheer cliffs. It's like
Oh, okay.
difficult terrain.
Yeah,
but
presuming this is a somewhat reasonable place to roll up, we will roll up.
if you wanted to hide the boat, yes, this will be a reasonable place to roll up. It's not comfortable by any means. Like everyone's gonna have to actually like physically climb up the
to
side.
like scramble up this
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. But yeah,
Arcturus is glad to be out of the boat, but complaining about why couldn't we just go to a port where you're supposed to park boats? Yep.
Yeah, Nyanzara is full of them. It's
And-
right there in the name.
and Little Fox just looks at you like, I thought you didn't like boats, and like shoulders the canoe onto her and carries it up this hillside.
Okay. So you want
Yeah, I'm
to
just
go
gonna
in,
be
you want to go in here
wandering
and then
around
enter the
town
city that way?
carrying a canoe. Yes.
Okay. So the area you enter first. So you all climb up awkwardly up the thing and drag the canoe up and carry it in with you. You work your way into an area known as the Old City. This is where the city was originally sort of founded, but it's like many old cities that have grown drastically. When the colonizing force from the north came, they had to build their city like they do in the north. So they built a huge wall and then built the real city inside that wall, in part to build up the city, but also in part to separate it from Old Town, to be like, nope, this is where all the old crap goes. This is the new city of Port Nyanzaru.
Right.
It doesn't mean nobody lives out there. It's a small encampment in the sort of lowlands as you lead out to the port. And there are two enormous ancient Chultan ziggurat. Malik, you know that those were at one point the like high priest's temple to Ubtao, and then the paired ziggurat, the ziggurat in which the king and queen would have lived. There's a third smaller ziggurat, possibly like a prince or princess's domain. Right here, but now all it is in this area is like beggars and the poor, people who are exiled from the city or too poor to live there, and the entire old town is built around a rectangular stone-lined pit, 15-foot deep pit, that served at one point as an arena for a local Chultan game involving a sewn leather ball, but has been repurposed and was repurposed by the Flaming Fist that used to run this place as a sort of gladiatorial pit for criminals.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Because
Now this is unfortunately this is one of the traditions that was carried forward, and it still sees use as Executioner's Run.
Gross.
A place where often criminals will be let loose in this pit with dangerous dinosaurs, panthers, etc. A fee is charged for spectators to line up on the walls and watch. And if the criminal can escape the pit, then they get their freedom. Otherwise, they get it. Which is why there really isn't a prison in Port Nyanzaru, because
they eat them.
Just
They
that
get-
little jail.
they
That
get
we
rid
were
of their just a little jail. Exactly. So I think maybe as you pass the walls of this ancient edifice, approaching the pit, there is a moment for Ishi and Little Fox where the two of you are like, huh.
I could
So
have got away from that.
yeah, you could have ended up in these place.
I'm fast. I'm fast enough that I could get. I think I'd be okay. Maybe, as long as they didn't use the really big dinosaurs, or
Unless-
if they did use the really really big dinosaurs, I might be able.
Unless you have another potion of feather fall or what have you, I don't really see you getting out
I
of
have
that.
this one.
I say, pulling a potion out of my bag.
This one makes you into a cloud of gas.
Yep.
Yes, I'm sure that would help.
And
And
puts it away.
this one makes you into a cloud of gas. Like, what? Who thought this up?
One pill makes you larger. So yeah.
Point of just information, Ishi was. I actually have a map of the entire city.
Nice.
And background wise, I can get around this place doubly as fast with the whole party as anyone else.
Right, because you're an urchin.
Because you're an
right?
urchin.
I'm an urchin, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can get basically anywhere in the in Chult by using back roads and slipping through alleys and yeah. Okay.
Sewers, if there are some.
Yeah. So there's currently no like arena action going on. But as soon as you enter into the streets, I think you see like a young Chultan like child of indeterminate gender comes running up to you. And I think goes up to Malik, because Malik, you're the most like human looking, and starts saying something to you in Chultan. And they're wearing rags, and just runs up and is just like holding their hands out. He's a filthy kid.
Have I spent enough time in Nyanzaru to like have some kind of understanding of what she's saying or they're saying?
How long does it take?
A day.
Yeah, you spent a
You've
day.
been in Port Nyanzaru long enough.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
learned. I mean, you learned Kara Turin in like a day, so
Yeah.
you're fine.
Okay. So, do you understand Chultan, Malik?
No.
Okay, so she's just begging. She's just like, please, sir,
Yeah,
please, some
like,
gold,
I can
sir,
work it out.
a piece of silver.
Yeah, I give her a piece of silver.
Okay. When you do, within
Oh no.
I don't know, like a few seconds, like they're waiting around you. Another 4 kids just like come up out of the shadows, and now there's 5 of them, and they're all like around you, like hands out. And the original one has like run off to like tell all the other kids, like, oh, I found one. They're paying out.
So this is where Little Fox steps in front of Malik,
Uh-huh.
just looms over them,
Mhm.
and growls.
Make an intimidation check.
I'm not actually very good at this, but we'll see how I do. Hey, I got an 11.
An 11? Okay. I don't think 11 is enough. I think you like roar at them and they scatter a little bit, but then they immediately just come running back.
I have 1 fish left.
Okay, they don't really want your dead fish.
Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Keep going. We gotta go through the gates, and then it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Like they're only talking to you and like trying to get money off of. Just don't give them anything else.
Right. Right.
Okay. So you like try to push your way past these kids.
I mumble something under my breath about like, if they say they're so hungry, why didn't they want the fish? It's absolutely fine to eat.
No. I'll get a little bit robbed instead. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
I know that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's
Someone's going to try to pick your pocket.
That's the jam. So let's see.
Yeah, I use shatter.
No.
I'm kidding.
Do not shell the kids.
Okay. What's your passive perception, Malik?
10.
Okay. Yeah. So you lose some coins. You get your pocket picked. Let's see how much.
I actually don't have very much on me at all.
Yeah, totally. That's probably the thing. They take what they can get. Okay, so if you have 12 gold, they take that.
Try
Damn.
2.
They take the 2 gold, and then they take whatever else. Like if you have silver, they take 10 of those.
Okay, I have no money.
Okay,
It's all
all
gone.
right. So yeah, you just get kind of like swarmed by these little filthy hands, and you're like pushing them away, and you get to the gate, and you come within sight of the guards, and one of the guards sees them and shouts in Chilton like, "Get out of here!" And the kids scramble, but they've got some filthy lucre, and they dash off. And so yeah, the gates to Port Nyanzaru are open. There's a man and a woman, Chultans, holding spears. And big shields standing by the door as you walk up.
Hey, it's okay if we go in there, right?
And
What do you mean, okay? We've been to Port Nyanzaru before.
Yeah, the gate guards. You just, gotta go one at a time.
they look at you, then they look at Little Fox, then they look at Arcturus, and then they both turn to look at Malik, and the woman says, "Are they with you?"
There, yes.
And they kind of like look you up and down. You all like look a little ragged from the jungle.
Yeah.
I look fairly decent.
Yeah, you look fine. And they say, she says, "What is your business in Port Nyanzaru?"
Well, I gotta find a guy.
Not
that a
you.
friend-
And she looks back to Malik. "You and your friends. Why have you come here?"
We have completed some requests for people in town out in the jungle.
You don't understand the word, but the male guard says the Chultan word for like adventurers or mercenaries, and she nods.
Tomb robbers.
Yeah,
I've like only heard that like in derogatory terms.
it's a
so I
little bit.
feel
It's a little bit.
like
dark.
Friggin'.
There's a
Yeah.
little bit. It's not like there's the implication is foreign adventurers, like foreign mercenaries. This is the kind of thing they might also call like members of the Flaming
profiteer.
Fist, yeah,
Right,
or the Gauntlet. And she nods and she says, "And make a persuasion check, Malik."
Okay.
Say DC 13. Oh Jesus. Okay.
damn.
So she says that, and she looks at you and she says, "You went out into the jungle. How long were you gone?"
Oh, I would know. Well, Malik would know.
Yeah, it's been
exactly.
several weeks.
It's been like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Almost a month.
Her eyes widen, and her compatriot, the other guard, like makes a scoff. He's like, "Pfft." Like as if bullshit.
They must be lying.
Yeah, but she looks at you wide eyed and she says, "Damn, that long? How many went out? 10, 12? You're the survivors, of course."
No, just the same.
We had a guide and she left.
Abandoned by your guide in the jungle, and still you survived.
We are very careful.
You must be. Well, welcome back to Port Nyanzaru. It's much safer here, I promise. As long as you don't steal anything. And she looks at you. Is she like,
Or aren't swarmed.
Wow, profiling.
I mean, yeah, you're a
My,
monster.
I mean,
You're
and
literally-
my outrage goes immediately from looking at her to looking at Little Fox and doing the like, what? You know?
Yeah, and Little Fox like looks at you and shrugs. Like he doesn't get it. Like, I don't know. Why would they think you'd steal things? It's weird.
So they don't block your way or anything, but she, as you walk by in Chultan, the male guard says to her, Arcturus, you can tell the guard says, "Don't believe them. They were lying. Come on, a month in the jungle." And she's like, "I'm a good judge of character. He did not lie to me. They were really gone that long. I'm impressed. How long have you been in the jungle?" And he's like, "I went to the jungle once. Shut up. You don't know me." And the two of them just kind of like bicker amiably as you walk by.
I turn around and I say, "Oh, I'm wondering, since you're native here and many of the gods are not, and they would not give me good directions. We've been out to the city Uralunga.
And they kind of both look at each other and then look at you. Like it's like, that's a name, yep. But they don't have the history skill to parse that.
Right. I found a piece of your history. Do you know who might be interested in this?
And they kind of look at each other, and he's like, our history. I am from Port Nyanzaru. My mother was from Port Nyanzaru, and her mother too. We don't go into the jungle. You found ruins out there, treasure?
I'm sorry, yes, of historical significance to ancient Chult.
The woman says to him, like, historical significance? What do we look like, historians? Like in Chultan. And he says, well, explorer, we are just guards. You're talking over our head. And he points back towards the Temple Hill. He says, the Temple de Savras will handle everything you have to question about. It's just up that way. I'm sure they would love to hear whatever it is you discovered in the jungle.
Of course, No, thank you very much.
This is Port Nyanzaru. The inn is down the street. Welcome to Port Nyanzaru. I have lived in Port Nyanzaru all my life.
Boy, it sure is hard being a guard. Yeah.
As soon as they do the 10 people went out, and I was like, oh, our guide abandoned us. I'm like, we have to go back to that inn where we found her and see if her ad is up. Like, maybe she's come back to town.
Oh, you want to go back to the Thunder Lizard? I love that place.
We can head back there eventually.
Okay.
I'm not in any particular rush.
I am.
Well,
It's been
great.
weeks.
I mean, I gotta go back there because I got that note from that dirtbag. What's his name?
You
Ring guy.
So as the four of you enter the western gate into the city of Port Nyanzaru, the camera pulls back to give us a nice long view of the city and all of its hustle and bustle, and we'll fade out to our break there. You can decide where to go in Port Nyanzaru first when we return. So stick around. We're going to turn in some quests and see what's going on in the city. NPCs galore. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's a Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. Though less tomb, more port. It's Port of Annihilation. We've returned to civilization. This is a fortuitous occasion, right? You've come home to the bustle and ardor of the city, and there's like other people around, and people are speaking languages you understand, and nobody is shooting grung darts at you. So it's like a whole thing.
Yeah, but you get robbed a lot more.
Yeah,
and,
well, by
like,
kobolds, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Wow, that's racist.
Listen, twice.
I mean, it's
you have been
racist and also completely accurate.
true, though. You steal shit all the time. Yeah. So where do we see the group of characters? What is your first destination in Port Nyanzaru?
I think we should go back to the Thundering Lizard just to like
we should
get a
drop our
ring.
stuff off.
Okay.
And also check for Azaka.
So you go back to the I believe it's called the Thunder Lizard.
Yep. Whatever. I was close.
Lizard of Thunder, Thunder Lizard, Thundering Lizard. It's fine. So the Thunder Lizard is the rowdier of the two options for staying. It is a place where all the cool people go to hang out, and it's loud and busy. We talked about it being like a multi-tier kind of tavern and bar. And when you get there, I think sort of evening is falling when you reach the ward and enter. And there seems to be like a you walk up to the door, and there's a Chultan, bored-looking Chultan man sitting on a stool outside the door as you walk up.
Oh, it's real good to be back in this place. I'm really looking forward to finding myself a room and
Like pushing.
He puts his hand up and he says he shakes his head and he says 1 gold piece cover charge tonight.
What?
Why?
He puts his hands out because the author is in session. There's an event. If you want to come in, it's a gold piece.
What's so special about the
He points, and there's a sign that someone has painted. It's a big sign, and it's got like nice calligraphy, but the ink is like run a little in the heat and the rain, and it says 1 night only, in quotes, and then it says the amazing, the wonderful,
Oh,
the
Volo.
well-traveled Volothamp Gedarm, author of such works, and then the text gets really small as the calligrapher had to like get it smaller and smaller. And then next to it, there's another picture of a kind of like it's like a Renaissance style like oil painting of a man with a very fashionable goatee and like kind of a floppy hat, like posing for a painting. And I think he's holding a like a spyglass in one hand and kind of looking jauntily off into the distance.
He's got a good hat choice.
Yeah, this is a nice floppy beret kind of thing going on.
Okay.
Like
I'll
game
pay.
recognized game here with the hat. You're just like, hey,
I'll pay because I need to talk to that guy anyway.
And he yeah.
Wait. A gold? Do we get an individual audience with this author?
I don't set the price. I just take the gold. So if you want in, pay up.
Okay, fine.
And I just like dig in my belt pouch and I pull out 4 gold and I just put it in his hand. I'm like,
He looks at it,
there.
hops it up and down his hand, tucks it in his belt, and he says thank you, and gestures like go on in.
Okay.
Okay. So you come in, and this place is crowded. Like there is a massive crowd of people. And Little Fox, you don't have any problem like kind of peering over people's shoulders, but it's full, and everyone is stuck. Like there's standing room, and then there's some seats, and everyone has like they've moved all the tables. Everyone is standing around, and in the middle of the room, on a slightly raised platform, there's a man wearing a floppy velvet hat with like chin length curly black hair. And a doublet and hose outfit.
Must be hot.
And he's standing. There's a stool. Stool has a pitcher on it. Pitcher, not a picture. A pitcher and a glass, like a cup. And he's in the middle of a story. And he says, and that's when the beholder arose from the chasm and turned its terrible eye on my party. And everyone's like quiet, and he says, but for the rest of the story, you're going to have to buy the book. And everybody kind of like groan laughs. And he says, I'm just going to take a break, everybody. Don't worry, show's not over yet. Buy a drink, tip your waitress. And he kind of like squeezes back into, he goes behind a curtain. They've set up a little like VIP room.
I'm gunning for this dude right now.
I say something along the lines of, I've paid less to see an actual saint.
Hang on, I'm gonna go tell him about artists and stuff. You can come if you want, but I'm gonna,
and I'm off between people's legs, basically.
I'm trying to see if
someone who can actually persuade people of things needs to persuade people of these things.
I'm gonna see if the bulletin board where the pins were is still somewhere.
Oh my God, I have a handout. You want to see him?
Yeah.
Bam.
What a dork.
There he is. There's old Volo.
What a
That's
dork.
goals. That's hashtag goals.
He's like in Schultz. He's probably like sweating through his doublet. Like, ugh, that'd be such a hot.
That's why he's got to take breaks
layered
regularly to change out his doublet.
So he went back behind this curtain.
You want to see him? All right, there he is.
He went back behind this curtain, Adam. I'm gonna go towards that curtain right away. Right.
Okay.
Right.
How are you gonna get there? Because they're not gonna just let you walk into the.
No, but I'm incredibly sneaky.
Okay. All right. So you want to make a stealth?
She's very
stealth check?
small and very fast. And very
I'm in a huge crowd of people, and I'm like 2'9" or whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna spend inspiration on this.
Okay.
Just waiting for you. Oh, damn.
Damn. All right. So even your party loses track of you. You just vanish.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna go just talk to Volo.
And then I'm gone, basically.
All right. So you slip in under the curtain, and it's a lot like slipping into the tent back in the camp, right? And yeah, Volo's like fanning himself. He's got his hat off, and he's fanning himself, and he takes a drink, and he sets it down. There's a little room. It's got like a little divan, and just stacks of books, all the same book, just stacks of them. And he's like, it's quite cramped in his little green room, and he's like, hey, he's fanning himself, and he says, he's just talking to himself, and he's like. All right, do I open with the big finish or do no, and he turns around and he's like, who was that?
Over here.
And I like walk, into view, basically.
Yeah, he's looking. He's like, where is somebody there?
Yup, it's me. Hello.
Who's saying that?
No, I'm right here.
And I step out, right?
Yeah,
and,
you're out in the room, but he's just looking up.
Fucking poke him in the knee if I get close.
Okay, so you poke him and he leaps back. He's like, ha! And he looks down and he's like, huh, there's a kobold in my green room. Is somebody?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna. I got a message from artists.
And he turns and he says, wait a second, are you here alone?
No.
And he crouches down, like not quite to your level, but he crouches down.
I have friends outside.
So what? The rest of your clan, they're waiting in the sewers for you. You come up here.
We went out into the jungle. Me and Little Fox and Arcturus and Malik.
I don't know who those people are. You're common, and he looks. Your commons are very good.
I've had a lot of practice. We went out into the jungle, and then we found Artist Timber and Dragonbait.
He puts his hands up and he says, "Okay, hold on to that. Just 1 second." And he grabs a book, one of his books, and he flips through it, and he looks at you, and he's like, "No," and he flips it again, and he turns it around, and there's just like it looks like a picture of you basically, but you don't have your hat or your cape. And you're holding like a club instead of a sword. Like it's obviously not you, but like it's a drawing of a kobold from the same like subspecies of kobold. And he's like, he taps it and he says, like looking into a mirror.
Yes, it's very good. That is, yes, exactly.
That's a man. That is a male kobold.
Yeah.
So he closes the book and he says, but you don't have a tribe. You're not here from.
No, I've been here in Port Nyanzaru for a couple of years now.
What, all by yourself?
Yep.
And
ended up on a boat, over here.
Wait, what?
Well, all by herself. I just get written out. Fucking typical.
No. I mentioned you when you were out there before, but he's not listening. So I pull out paper from my bag.
Yeah, and he looks at it and he says, "Oh, wait a second, you can read too."
Uh-huh.
And
it's a
he
note.
looks over at the big stack of books and he says, "You want to buy a book?
You should read
I'll make a
this
special
note.
deal for you. You I say 2 gold. You can carry this, right?" He like picks it up and goes to just like drop it in your arms.
What's in the book?
He says, "Oh, what's in the book? What isn't in the book? You want to learn anything about monsters from here to the spine of the world? Whatever you want, monsters. Volo's Guide to Monsters. It's a fine book. You're gonna love it."
Got dragons in it.
Yeah,
Does
it's got
it
a
have
really
dragons
detailed
in it?
section about how to represent a spherical object in a square-based space. It's fascinating. The geometry chapter is great. So he just he'll just drop it on
Okay.
you.
No, okay.
And like, you catch it, I guess.
I like catch it. Is it like a really big book, like really thick, or like?
It's pretty big. It's like a medieval book, so it's
So
it's
I'm
illustrated
holding
and
this
stuff.
book. I'm holding this book in my hands, and I give him the note from Artis.
Yeah, you're kind of like squished under it, and he takes it,
Take this and
and he
Like,
looks
put
it
the book
over.
on the ground. I put the book on the ground and I step on it.
Yeah, you
like
stand
this.
on it, and he squints at you, and he says, he shakes his head and looks at the note, and he says, "So you weren't lying. You steal this from Artisimber, or?"
No, I even had the ring that he wears for a little bit.
He squints at you, and he's like, "Don't you lie to me, Kobold."
I'm not lying. He got
Make
stuck
a-
in a cage.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh god, I really want to turn up, but I just can't. Oh my god.
All right. So he looks at you and he says, "I don't have a time for your stories." And he folds the paper up and he tucks it into his vest.
No.
And he says, "I gotta go back on stage. My adoring crowd, they're getting restless." So
No, but you can't yet because Artist Simber promised me a whole bunch of stuff and he didn't deliver.
listen, little kobold. If I had a gold piece for every time Artist Simber promised somebody something, well, I'd have a lot of gold. Speaking of which,
But that's the
and
point.
he looks at the book you're standing. He looks at the book you're standing on pointedly, and he holds his hand out like.
I didn't say I was gonna buy this.
And he looks at it and he says, "Listen, I got a rule. You stand on it, you buy it."
Okay, but you have to sign it first.
And he looks at you and he says, "What do you think I was doing the whole way here? It's a long boat ride from Waterdeep."
Like
You open it, and yeah, it has this big flowery like XO Volothamp.
Okay, fine. I give him 2 gold.
All right, he
Stupid
says he takes it in his hand, tucks it into his pouch, and he says, "Best 2 gold you ever spent. Now get out of my green room."
No, what about artists?
He like hustles you out and turns around to go back out on stage.
I'm not gonna. I don't want him to keep that paper though. I'm gonna
Steal it
that.
from him.
Okay.
So while he's like pushing me out, he has to lean down to like.
Yeah, to
push
just like.
and I'm like,
get outta
hey, what are
here."
you doing? Hey, and I just sleight of hand it out of his pocket.
Okay.
So that I,
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check. Okay, yeah, no problem. You just snap it out of there.
I get pushed out the
Yeah,
curtain.
and he turns back around. So while this is happening, what's everybody else doing in the crowd?
I was looking for the board that had the guides posted on it before to see if Fazaka's
Okay. So we cut over to that, Arcturus. Are you by yourself, or Malik or Little Fox? Do you go with Arcturus?
No.
No, I'm looking for somewhere to put this canoe. JK. I'm sure I left it somewhere. But anyways.
no, outside. There's like a post, a hitching post, and there's
Yeah,
like
and I've
a
tied a canoe
horse,
to it.
a horse, a canoe, a horse.
And
real
yeah,
good
Little
visual
Fox is
gag.
like pushing through the crowd looking for Ishi, of
Yeah,
course.
right. Where did Ishi go?
And so there's like this wave in the crowd of her just like walking. And people being like, I'm getting pushed out of the way.
Yep, that's good. Okay, so Volo emerges onto the stage, and you can hear him in the background telling this story. And he's a good performer. He's got the crowd in the palm of his hand. And Malik, are you with Arcturus? Are you like watching him? What are you doing?
No, I was trying to get back there because I sort of envisaged that conversation going how it went. So
Right.
I was trying to get back
Okay,
there
so
as
you
well.
got kind of caught up by you couldn't push through people.
Right.
But when Volo comes back out, I think you notice this, that he's telling his stories, but every once in a while, he'll be like, And then the wizard casts a magic missile and like holds his hand up, and little circles of light go whoosh, and like fly out from his hand. And so he's using like minor spellcraft to envision the spell. And everybody's just like, ooh, ah. And he's telling this story about what a brave adventurer he is. And he's finishing off his story about him and these like minor characters he never names they return to the castle of the purple dragon, the king of Cormyr, and they like return his stolen sword, and you know, like he's embellishing the story, and like you can hear him readying up for the pitch to get people to buy the book. And as he's doing that, I think we see a couple of employees of the come out with these like armloads of the books and start setting them down in a big pile and getting ready to take the money. And Arcturus, you walk over to the board and you start looking over it. Can you make a perception check for me?
Sure. This one.
Okay. Let me just look something up real quick. So okay. All right. So you're looking, and you're like looking at all the notices posted for guards, and then you look at there's an empty space where Azaka's was when you first got it. And then you hear a voice behind you. And we see your hand, like your blue hand on the space where the board where it was. And then you hear someone say, "Looking for someone?" And you recognize the voice is a lady voice.
And I turn around.
Yeah, and Azaka is standing right there.
You didn't die in the jungle. I was so worried.
And she scowls and she says, "You were worried about me. I'm surprised you're still alive."
You ran off, and there were hags, and we never heard from you again.
Well, the past is the past. What about your friends?
They are also still alive.
Even Malik?
Yes, even Malik.
And she goes a little wide-eyed. She's like, "Well, I am impressed. So did you just get lost?"
No. Malik and Little Fox guided us.
And
why did you leave?
What do you mean, why did I leave?
We went to Firefinger and got your mask, and you were supposed to guide us through the jungle, and you left.
Do you not see the way that people here look at you? And she turns, and you can see like there's a couple of Chiltons like, "Oh, what's up with that weird blue person?"
That's just how they look at me.
She says, "Yes. They would look at me the same way, but they would act very differently. You wear your strangeness on the outside and are a novelty to them. No one here knows what you are. But if they knew what I was, I have to keep it a secret, which is why you need to tell your friends. No one can know."
You could have just said that before.
When I am in that skin, I think differently. This is not the only Azaka that there is.
Oh, like Little Fox when she gets angry.
No, different than that. It's not about anger. There is something inside of me, Arcturus. Something feral, alive, in a way and she gestures like, in a way I cannot be. These people, and she looks around, they cannot know that it is there. They fear it. The tiger is deadly to them, and for good reason. If I were to lose control, they think that you are a monster that looks like a man. But I am that monster.
Well, then, and he's just like, this is a lot of information. We ran away, and but I wouldn't tell anyone. I don't. All of us.
She sneers slightly, and you notice her like their canines are like a little sharper than most humans, and she says, "I hope not. If anyone finds out, I will never be able to return to Port Nyanzaru. I will lose my livelihood. I will have to live in the jungle alone, and I do not want that. No one can know." And she's like, you're talking at that like TV show above a whisper so we can hear you, but no one else is like listening in.
Yeah, they're all listening to Volo.
Because they're like, oh, Volo, sign my copy. Ugh. Everybody's a big nerd over this dork.
Right.
But the two of you, you have some like intimacy in the crowd.
And he's doing this like awkward, like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, if you're still working as a guide,
she shakes her head and she says, no, I thought that I was laying low, but when I saw you,
not dead.
I see that. So are you here to, and she points at Volo, listen to the mighty explorer? He's more incompetent than you and your friends.
No, we went to the seer at Oralunga, like you said.
Her eyes widen a little bit.
And she told us where we need to go next.
Back into the jungle, then. Where are you going?
Well, if you were coming with us, then maybe I could tell you. But if you don't plan on going back.
She leans back and kind of side eyes you like, don't try to play hard to get with me, fish boy. I asked you a simple question. She like pokes you in the chest.
I think we're going to Omu.
I have not heard of this place. Where is it?
Deep in the jungle by the peaks of flame. We might be going to Kirsabal first, if you've never been. The Arakokra are...
She scowls and she says, ugh, Kirsabal, no thank you. Too high up. Bird people. I have had enough of things with wings for one lifetime.
Oh, right. Well, then I guess you wouldn't want to come.
No, I should say not. But if you survive your trip into the jungle, maybe come back to Port Nyanzaru.
Chances are we'll get, I don't know, burned alive by a dragon or stomped by a cyclops. You know, one can never tell.
She looks you up and down and she says, no, not anymore. You and your friends, you understand the jungle now. You're one of its creatures. You'll be fine. And she like pats you on the shoulder.
Well, with an extra arm, maybe. No. Right. I'll make sure they know that you didn't die horribly alone in the jungle. Definitely didn't think. Nope.
She takes a step forward and does that thing that she does before. She like gets up in your space and she leans in and she says, "You don't have to tell your friends you saw me at all. Pretend like I'm dead. Go back out into the jungle to this Omu place. Find some pretty treasure and bring it back to me. Show me you are strong." She like grins, big toothy grin.
Okay, right. And he like his cheeks are just purple.
You're backed up against the notice board too.
Yeah, he's just like now like completely just toast. Like
yeah, and she grins seeing that she's disarmed you, and she says, maybe when you come back, you'll be strong enough to spend a whole night with me instead of just a few moments. We'll see. And she turns around and goes away into the crowd.
And Arcturus just like is nodding over and over again and like just fucking purple. Yeah, he's done. He's done. He's fucking.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Malik, you see Valo finish his little performance, and people start going up to get like signed copies of the book, and he's handing them off. People are taking someone else is taking the money for him, and he's handing them a copy, thanking them, and being like, "Yes, I did a fight, not just a one beholder, but once I fought a two." And he puts his hands up and he says, "But don't listen to me. It's all there, right in the book." And a line has formed. So the easiest way, if you want to talk to Val, is just get in line.
Right. I don't have any money though.
Yeah, but I mean, that's true. So you don't do that? You just like hang out?
What's the issue with this thing that we need?
Right. Okay. So you want to wait until Ishi shows up?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm gonna try and bluff my way past them. I pre-ordered it. I'm on the list.
So what do you want
He's
to do?
got a
You want
list.
to bluff your way to the front of the line?
Yeah.
Okay, and just be like, no, excuse me, I have business with. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a deception check, which you're quite good at.
I'm fairly good at it.
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
spend
naturally
inspiration.
talented.
Spend inspiration.
Good thing. Yep. All right. I think
Good
15
luck.
is sufficient. So you kind of like push your way up to the front of the line, and he's like putting his hands up to the person. I think he's like saying to the last person, he's like, thank you. I'm working on a sequel, but it'll be a little while. And then you come up to the front of the line, and he sees you kind of push. He's like, whoa, we got an eager one. Would you like to take a look at my book? And he holds the book out, and it has this like beautiful cover, like Valo's Guide to Monsters on it.
Oh yes, well I'm a huge fan, of course.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
It isn't. I do believe you've probably met with a friend of mine already, and that went about as well as I expected it to.
And he says, I'm sorry, I meet a lot of people since I got here to Pornianzaru. Maybe you
Not
giving me a
many.
name or?
Not many kobolds, though. About 3 minutes ago.
He says, the one with the funny hat and the cape.
And the note from Artist Simba, yes.
And he's like, oh yeah. And he goes to he's like, wait a second. Hey, where'd it go? I had it right here. And he like looks around. Ishi, where are you? Like, do you make your appearance here? Or?
Yeah, this is where I show up and like tap Malik on the knee and like hand him the note. Like,
Nice.
And I take it. I'm like, yes, I don't think she would have had to take it back if she didn't think you were going to honor the request.
And he says, you're gonna have to forgive me. I never met a kobold talk like this one, dress like this one. I mean, I've seen a kobold or two in my day. Chapter 3, but
She saved your friend's life and the life of many people.
listen,
I
I
take
wouldn't say Artist Simber is my friend. We're acquaintances.
He didn't believe me when I told him.
No.
I mean, come on. You look at you. You're a kobold. I'm sorry. All right. And there's people queuing up behind, like, hey, I want to copy the book. And he
One of
says,
those people gets their face palmed out of the way as Little Fox like steps in behind.
and he puts his hands up again, and he says, "Oh, okay. We don't have to. This doesn't have to get impolite. Listen, I'm going to be staying here. Like, don't tell anybody. Listen, once the event is done, everybody buy a book. We'll talk. We'll have a drink. You can explain everything about old Artist Simber to me, okay?
That's fine. I don't want to threaten you into doing this. We just like to... We're owed a debt by him. He up and did one of his vanishing acts without fulfilling a promise. Said you would be good for it.
He looks at you like, oh, I see how it is.
I'm
and
sorry.
let me have you roll a persuade check. If you fail here, the idea is that he's gonna just try to slip out and like evade you because he thinks that Artist owes you, Artist owes you money, and now you're here to collect the debt.
Okay. Well, a 22 do.
Yes, yeah. So he realizes it's in his best interest not to go. So when
it's
Little Fox,
it's
when you walk up, like he gets distracted, and it's his curiosity, and Malik's like, everything's okay. We don't want to like pick a fight, but he says he looks at her and then looks at you, and he says you travel into some strange company, Mr.
Malik. Yes, I think it'd probably make for quite a good story at some point.
He says we can talk about signing over your rights when we have a drink later, Mr. Malik. Please, my fans.
Of course, and he does like a small like bow and just like, all right,
okay,
we'll speak to him in a little bit.
So behind him, somebody walks up. It's a Chondathan, who is wearing the like robes of the priest of Savras. He's got these like spectacles on. He walks up and he says, Valo, in chapter 3, it says that you know Elminster, but in 1467 Dale Reckoning, Elminster was he was in Waterdeep, and it says here that you were in Neverwinter at that time. How do you account for this discrepancy? And Valo's like, hey, listen, we continuity is it's a slippery creature, and so like that fades away as the group of you kind of like move away.
Little Fox like picks up the dude that she knocked over and just like pops him back on his feet in his place in line and like pets him.
Yeah, he just looks at you like, wow, thanks. And the rest of the evening, like you can find a table upstairs in the upper area. But downstairs is packed for the whole rest of the night until it gets like quite late. And one of the bouncers says like, all right, everybody, like, you know, Valo's got to rest. You know, Volothamp has a long day ahead of him, and people start to leave, and it starts to quiet down. Arcturus, where do you end up?
If I can't, I think that Izaka disappears before I can gather my wits enough to try and run after her.
Yeah.
And so I like turn back around to the notice board to see if like her picture is there, and it's not.
Yeah.
And then probably like turn back to the room at large, and like I look for my friends, but I keep getting distracted by people who might or might not be Izaka. And then probably by the time like things thin out, I can get back to them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
So the group of you just kind of like meet up at a table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean we're waiting for Volo to be free, right?
Okay.
Like
Sure.
that's the idea.
All right.
Yeah, and there's a very short bit between Malik and Ishi, and it's just. I'm sorry, I didn't want to overstep. I just didn't see that going particularly well.
People don't listen to me a lot. It's not new.
Well, that's fine. If you need people to listen to you, then I can talk for you. It's what I've done my whole life.
If you're
much better
talking
than
for
that.
me, you're not doing the right voice.
Arcturus is
Okay, we don't get my Ishi voice. That's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was happening.
It's
Yeah, he goes, and then you turn up, and you're like, "Oh, Arcturus."
It's like, whew, dodged a bullet there.
So y'all you're gonna stay at the inn, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
plan? Okay, so it is. There's a per night like cost. Let me see if I can find how much it is. You are in the market ward, I think.
Does it include beer?
I believe that it does. Yes.
Sweet.
Why you gotta buy beer? We got the magic jug. Get magic jug beer.
Oh, that's gauche. You show up at a
In
bar
the
with your own beer. Damn.
With your own magical jug that creates.
Someone points to a
gallons of
sign that says "No outside food, drink, or mayonnaise."
There, there is actually a thing I want to do before we talk about that, Adam.
Sure. Yeah. What's that?
I want to talk to whoever like the owner is here, or like the person in charge of like supplying stuff.
Okay.
Because I've got that cask of Tej that I want to like try and sell off, and I'm gonna see if.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah, if you don't wanna like drink it or whatever yourselves, that's fine. It's 5 silver a night. for the place.
Someone please.
And how much is one
I will
gold?
pay 20 silver out of my stash of 1,004 silver pieces.
Okay,
Chest.
sure, yeah.
Handful of silver.
Oh, we gotta open that other chest, right? So we should look
Yeah.
while we're waiting for Volo. We should look for someone who can do that.
Yes. I have 1 heavy chest. I also have 1 skin of Zorbo and 1 50 GP gemstone.
No matter what we're doing, Arcturus is getting progressively more drunk, hiccuping and
Nice.
murmuring under his breath in Primordial.
Just like blushing and continuing to get drunk.
Murmuring to yourself about, I am a tough adventurer. I'll show
So
you.
whoever's in charge of this tavern, I want to negotiate with them about this cask.
Okay.
That's
All right. So you don't get to talk to the owner, but there's a barkeep.
yeah, like a
bartender.
guy who can make those decisions.
Yeah. So he's big Chilton dude. He's worked in this bar a long time. I'm gonna look up how much it costs retail.
Black market Tej,
Yeah.
shady Tej that you're buying from some kobold.
Yeah.
Going Tej.
Things to do. Here we go. Buying a special item.
Look, it's
So-
sewer Tej, okay?
Tej, let's see, a 2-gallon cask. If you want to buy it, it costs 2 silver. So 50.
Wow.
Markup.
Aw.
He'll give you a silver piece for it.
Okay.
Wow, that's not even worth. We should
No,
just drink.
we're just gonna drink it
I'm
ourselves.
gonna drink it myself.
Yeah.
He taps the
I-
sign.
I didn't realize that the life-threatening bee stuff that we went through wasn't worth very much, so I guess I'm keeping this.
Like takes it.
Yep. Okay. He looks at that, and as you're like, all right, take it away, and he says to you, you better watch who you flash that around to, Ishi. Coyote's not going to be pleased if she finds out you stole it.
Who's Coyote?
Shakes his head. How long have you lived in this city?
A long time, but I don't know everyone.
You still don't know the names of all the merchant princes.
I mean, not all of them.
There's only 7.
Wakanga's the one who always talks to me.
Yeah, Wakanga is the only one who tolerates you. Get back to your seat.
Grumble. Put the Tej cask on the table.
And I'm like, apparently there's someone who would be mad if they saw me with this. We should find them and show it to them.
So
Arcturus says something in Primordial that's a response to you, but like,
You're so drunk you reverted to your like native language.
yeah. Basically just making fountain noises. Like,
All right. Well, Little Fox is just gonna pop a hole in it with her thumb
Oh.
in the top of the
Yeah.
cask and like take a pull.
What
and
was
just,
the name
like,
of that? What
plop
was the
it
name of
down.
that merchant?
let me check the pronunciation guide.
Yeah.
It's spelled Kwayoothe, and the E has the little
Oh, I'm
thing.
Jeez
Thank
Louise.
God to whoever put this pronunciation in here, because my Congolese is rusty. So let me see if it gives you. Coyote.
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 Okay. Coyote. All right.
Not to be confused with Chakotay, different person, not the same guy. Okay, so the group of you sit there for a while, eat, drink, etc. And then Volo comes out of his room, and he does that thing where he comes down the stairs and he like has to talk to every person between you and there. He comes out of his room and he says to like a person, he's like, "Oh, thank you, yes, no, I know," and goes by another person. And he's like, "Thank you, yes, no, I'm fine, thank you." Like I got to see some friends, and he like pushes past everybody and comes downstairs and walks over to the table.
You want some Tej?
And he looks at it and he says, I think I would. Pulls a chair back, sits down.
Yeah, this is a good use of this thing. We just kind of
Several empty
Lubricate this
glasses in front of
conversation.
Arcturus. Like,
Arcturus is
And he looks over and he says, "But it looks like your Triton friends beat me to it.
huh?
It's okay. There's still some left.
You know what they say about a Triton? They drink like a fish."
Arcturus laughs
Yeah,
way too
Arcturus
much.
laughs.
It's like mediocre joke. He's just like,
Yeah, and he points and
That's
he's
the funniest thing
Yeah, he
I've
says,
ever
"See?"
heard. Like in Primordial, just
yeah.
toasted.
So, now that it's not just me, maybe you'll listen to Malik.
He turns to you, Malik, and he says, "Listen, you group, you have to be one of two things: the beginning of a bad joke or adventurers." And he turns to you, Little Fox, and he says, I haven't seen a furbolg in a long, long time. I thought it maybe never again.
Little Fox is one of a kind.
And yeah, she just like looks at him with this like totally flat expression.
And when you say that, he gets like a little serious, and he looks at you, Ishi, and he says, you say that, but it could be. By now, who knows? I mean, I hope not, but
I mean, around here anyway.
I would say Chelt has a lot of things, but he looks at the table. But you, maybe all of you, you're a pretty unique.
And yeah, Little Fox just says in a very flat tone, "All my people dead," and then like the last like leader of this Tej just
just takes the whole cast.
And he
like crosses her arms.
he
Solemnly.
says, I understand. The life of an author is a solitary one. It's a hard thing to write a book. And of course, he's carrying a copy of it, which he's put on the table. He says, we this isn't the first guide to the monsters. We've done several editions. The last one, the fourth one, nobody liked that edition. So I write another one. I think people like it better. Selling real well. And he looks at it and he says, but
Jokes.
yeah, but you don't need in my book. You got a pretty firm handle. I know, I can tell. You're all real tough. You reminded me of Kelvin Blackstaff. Yeah, he's a great wizard. And he looks at you, Malik. He says, maybe you met him or not. I don't know.
Oh, yes. Personally trained under him many years.
He squints at you and he says, listen, I don't know a lot of people down here. I came in with my publicist, but he got sick, and I just
Lots of people they don't do so well here.
you met Artisimber. He's a close friend of mine, but well, he's on a quest, so leave old Volo here.
Yeah, we know. He promised me a whole bunch of stuff, and then he left us in the jungle by ourselves with a note.
Artisimber likes to make promises, but he's a good guy. You seen the ring?
I wasn't lying when I said I had the ring in my hands.
But you didn't put it on.
Nope.
Well, thank Timura for that. You got good luck at least. It's a bad news, that thing. Real bad news. I was gonna write about it, I'm working on a book about magic items, but some stories maybe they don't need to be told. I think enough people looking for that thing.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing better now out of the cage that we freed him from. Seem to have gotten his answers, at least from the Oracle, same as us. But we were hoping, since we'd survived and gotten back here, he might be of some assistance to us in our mission here. It's fairly important as well.
Maybe I can help. I know a thing or two about monsters. To be fair, most of my expertise is from up north. You want to know a thing or two about a frost giant? I got you, but the jungles.
What about snake people?
Yes, that I can help with. 1T. He points at his book and he says, but everything that I know is in there.
Ishi's got out her own copy, looking through it right now.
Mm-hmm.
A picture of a Yuan tea somewhere.
Yeah.
But you find a picture of a dragon first.
You turn the book to page 92, which details all there is to know about Yuan Ti.
Sweet.
Yeah, there's we did get that information, didn't we? The person that we're looking for in control of the zombies, the person that we're looking for in Omu is
We did.
Monty.
Yeah, Ross and C.
Ross and C.
Ross and C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be looking for one next on the road to fixing this. Hopefully you've not come across too much death while you're here in Chol.
Chult. Not hardly. I've been in Port Nyanzaru the whole time. You couldn't pay me enough to go out into that terrible jungle.
I'm sure you'd be fine after all your exploits.
Could he pay us enough to go out?
He says, listen, I'm here on a book tour. I'm not here to write. But maybe, and he gestures the book, maybe that will help you. It's general information. I compiled, collected, did interviews with adventurers like yourselves about the 1T, the snake people, but he shakes his head. He says, practical information, that's going to be a little harder to come by. This Rasensi, you say, is a snake man. You know what kind? Which of the serpent gods he worships? Because that makes a difference.
Is there one particularly of necromancy? Those two are going to go hand in hand.
I think maybe the night serpent calls him Dendar. Terrible god, old, powerful.
Something to do with a purple triangle, holy symbol, some kind.
He shakes his head. He says, no, common misconception. The 1T don't have holy symbols in the way that Ferunian gods do. More practices, sacrifice, behaviors, taboos, that sort of thing. Old religions.
Well, this Rasensi has been raising or corrupting the... Not sure if they're technically undead or not yet. I think the jury was still out on that.
Corruption. Sounds like a Dendar to me.
Interesting. Is there anything that we can expect? We're heading out there to
Poison,
confront them.
mostly. And I mean that both literally and metaphorically. Don't trust any of these 1T. I don't like to make a generalization, but they live in a culture of a backstabbing. They rise to power by betraying each other. So keep your wits about you. And they're not beasts either. These are sort of creatures need to be... don't underestimate them.
Across this very important conversation that's happening, that's like giving real information, to us. Ishii is busy opening pages of the book and being like,
Arcturus, look, Tritons!
Yeah. I mean, there is very specifically like a section on kobolds. There's a section on tritons and furbolgs.
Yeah, Arcturus, when he sees the Triton page, like pulls the book over and like looks at it really closely, and then like from his bag like takes out a quill and like crosses something out.
No, just
and, like, writes something else in it, but it's like in like the dwarven print of Primordial, and like
and he shakes his head and he says, "Look, it's your copy, but I already have an editor or a 2 or 3." The book is done, and I assure you, everything in there is factually legal information. So he turns back to you, and he says, "So you're gonna go back into the jungle, but you don't know where Artis Simber is."
No, we went into the realm, demi-plane of some oracle, and when we came out, he was gone. He can teleport. It could be anywhere.
He says to you, I just need to consult the map really quickly.
He might have headed back to where his wife was.
Here we go. Yeah. He says to you, well, if you're looking for Artis, he's probably gone to Mesero.
He mentioned it once or twice.
That's where all of this started, and for him, I think where it's going to end.
I'm more than a little interested in seeing how that all turns out. I'm sure my companions would be a little bit more amenable to that, though, if we were going to get something out of it this time, though.
He says, I got to tell you, following Artis around the jungle is going to be a dangerous undertaking. Everybody wants that ring. Zentarim, Frost Giants, everybody.
Oh, I just remembered something.
Out of character, the like dude that I met at level 1, red side quest dude. He was dressed like the other guys, right?
He probably is Zentarum. Mm-hmm.
And she goes,
I met some of those guys before. They're in the town somewhere. I bet they know where Artis is because they're like always looking, right?
You ran into some of the Zentarum. You met a
Yeah.
Zent.
Uh-huh.
And how did you know that it was a Zentarum?
They were dressed the same as the people that came after Artis the time where we were in camp. What camp was it?
He sighs and he rolls his eyes and he says, I swear, secret societies around here, they just don't know how to operate.
Now they
People
all wear
always
badges.
know.
and in the mention of badges, she pulls out that like Order of the Gauntlet badge again. Like,
See? Badges.
And he looks at it and he says, where did you get that?
Nowhere.
like puts it back away.
He nods like, yeah, that's a good call.
yeah.
He is a faithful service to Torm, is where she got that.
Listen, if you already ran across these people, you know they're no good.
No.
Best to be avoided if you can.
We won't be asking them nicely or seeking them out, I don't imagine. It was a good idea, but we couldn't trust anything they told us.
Mumbling something about, you know who I did ask nicely, and then just spoiled it. Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. So Volo says,
So
go ahead, Ish.
So it comes down to this, my friend with the book. Artis Simber said we could come to you with the note and we would get the stuff that we were promised that he gave us, that said he would give us. So are you going to give us the stuff?
Look, here's the thing, little friend. So in the world of publishing, when you want to make a book, you got to pay for the book before people buy it. So your old pal Volo is running a little dry on the funds right about now. I have a publishing company back in Waterdeep I got to pay a lot of money to, and I got to pay for the boat to get me there. So I got to, and he like kind of gives you that gesture like
very
"Ugh."
intently.
Yeah.
She's like looking very intently at him and then goes,
I want your hat.
And he puts his hand to his face. But what? But
That's what I want.
but my mama made this hat for me.
Yeah, well, that's what I want.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
What does the note actually say?
Do you remember?
I have it written down. I
Yeah, I didn't write the whole note down. I just wrote
Let me
artist's
find it
note.
because I wrote it down to say it. You got a 19. Okay. All right. Well, let's clarify what the note says. He didn't even read it. He just looked at it briefly and was like, "Hey, this is artist's handwriting." Let's see, this was some weeks ago. Dear Peck, sorry we had to part ways. The Oracle told us something we couldn't wait on. We owe you, well, everything. I suspect our paths will cross again. XO, artist. P.S. Dragonbait says, ham. So...
Right, so the note itself
It
doesn't
never
even say
even
anything
mentioned
about
Volo,
Volo.
but artist did say that we could go see Volo at one point. Like
Yeah.
that Volo was
He
here.
did say that. Yeah, there isn't
Yeah.
any, like, tell Volo he has to pay you.
No.
So he looks at you, and he takes his hat off, and he, like, looks at it. And he's got this, like, enormous, brilliantly shining bald spot on top of his
Oh
head.
yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah, big Stanley Tucci bald spot. And he like, holds his hat, and he looks at you. And he says, I mean, we're all reasonable people. You wouldn't... It's a part of my image. And he gestures, and there's that Renaissance painting of him with the very same hat. And he says, I gotta use the hat to sell the books.
And Ishi like has a claw sort of slightly outstretched to take the hat.
Yeah,
But then
he's just
but
like
then when
clutching
he
it
says, like,
sadly.
when he's like clutching it sadly, she's like,
Okay, fine. You keep the hat. It's okay. You don't have to give it to me. I know what it's like to have stuff you like.
And he puts it back on.
Aw.
And he just adjusts it, and he says, you know, I'm gonna have to rethink the whole chapter about a kobolds for 6th edition. And he looks at you and he says, you know, I assumed for a while there that kobolds were some kind of hive mind, but now I see you by yourself.
Nope.
They can develop a sort of civility. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
Like, it's so backhanded.
Right? And
It's so backhanded.
he looks at the group of you, and he says, "You know, I've met a lot of adventurers in my time. Most of them are human, but this group, you are strange in ways I have not seen before. I spend so much time writing about these things, but I don't get to sit down with the subjects of my work very often. A Farbolg, a Kobold, a Triton, and if I'm not mistaken, you're from Anarok, huh?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He says, "It's a fascinating. You spend all your time looking at a book. You forget the whole world is out there."
Okay, well, next time for the next book, you should write stuff about like important people in that thing instead of just like these big general things that you see.
Oh yes, this isn't just any kobold. This is the famous duelist Ishi Snaggletooth, defeater of Herschel von Saberberg himself.
Yeah, that's me.
And he looks at you and he says, I don't know any von Saberberg, but I believe you if you say so."
This was his cloak. Not anymore though.
So she's being very generous to let you keep your hat.
And he says, "No, I appreciate that. I will remember our meeting here."
Good.
I just wonder, before we leave, surely you've been speaking to some of the locals. Any information you've got on the place?
And and I think the last shot before we go to our last break is Valo kind of rubbing his chin. He's like, now that you mention it, I might have heard a thing or two. And we like fade out. And we'll give you some Valo rumors when we get back. So stick around. We'll be right back with the conclusion of today's episode of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're going into the conclusion of today's episode of Roll20 Presents A Bad Italian Accent. So, Volo, having recovered from you touching his spaghetti, is going to give you some rumors.
Way to date this episode with a meme, Adam.
Who would like to roll on the Volo?
I want to roll it.
Okay, it's 1d4 plus 1 is the number of rumors he can give you.
Yes.
Whoa!
Yes, he knows 5 rumors.
Oh my
All right,
god.
so everybody gets to roll once. So we'll go down the line. I'll give you a rumor first. So we're gonna roll D hundreds. So the first rumor. Ooh,
Damn!
just crit that rumor. All right.
Where magic items buried. It's
So he
behind you.
says you know, I've heard of many things since I've been here in Port Nyanzaro, but I'm particularly interested in the way that they worship their old god. I guess he got bored of Chult and he left, but he was a god of mazes and labyrinths, and supposedly, if you find a maze in the jungle and you find a path through it, you'll earn some kind of a blessing. Now, how a god who isn't here is going to bless you, I don't know, but that's what I heard.
Okay, I'm writing this down.
Yeah.
Blue Jay, you're the quest log person. So
So
it's all you.
weird jungle maze
If
god.
you find a maze in the jungle, yeah, Ubtao will bless you by finding a path through it. Okay, Elf, do you want to roll?
How is Uptao going to bless us if he's fucking gone?
That's
and
what he
dead or
said.
whatever?
He's like, I don't know what that's just a rumor he
weird.
heard because it was on the rumor table.
Yeah.
So he says to you, and these are little vignettes over like a night of conversation and drinking. Like you eat, you drink, and you talk. So you get back to the conversation about artists, and part of that is like someone mentions Mesro, and he says, I met artists when he was doing a research about the history of Mesro. We met in a library. You meet people in the strangest places. It was in a Candlekeep. Did you know Mesro? Everybody thought it was destroyed in the spell plague, but it didn't get destroyed. The ruins, it gets all conspiratorial. They're just an illusion. Artists found this out.
Cool.
And he says, he entrusted in me with his secret. So you don't tell anybody. So there's
No, I would never.
Yeah, apparently the ruins of Mesro are merely illusions. What the truth of the matter is, you don't know. But
The ruins of Mersbo.
yeah, roll. It's your turn, Andrew. Roll it up.
D100, huh?
Yeah, D100.
I almost rolled a D00, and it would have been sad. I got a 63.
63. Okay, so he tells you a rumor, and then you can tell him about it. He says, you know, the Flaming Fist were not the only cultural artifact that came down here from Am. They brought along with them the Order of the Gauntlet. You points at you, Ishi. Your badge you have, that's a one of theirs.
Yep.
They hate the undead, and so when somebody tells them, "Hey, Order of the Gauntlet, there's some undead over there," they draw their swords, they run over there. It's the best. One time I was in a bar in Tethir, and I said it to this paladin, "Hey, I just come back from the outhouse. There was a zombie in there." He got up from the table and ran out of the room. And he says, so they came here to kill away all of the undead. Apparently, there's a camp down south on the river. They built it to go out and kill all the zombies in the jungle. And he shrugs. He says, you know, I got to tell you, I see these men in their armor. They go into the jungle, but I don't see them come back.
Oh, we do need to follow up on that, actually. See if they made it back here okay. We already saved all of them.
Saved.
And he says, well, hey, I mean, listen, I've known a paladin or two in my day, and they're they act like they got a magic wand up with a, well, you know. But to have them on your side, they tend to be pretty strong, especially in a place as dangerous as the jungle.
Met a Lathander guy who was nice.
He shakes his head. He says, no. Yeah, Lathander, he's a god that has a paladins, but the Order of the Gauntlet, no, they're more about the judgment and the justice and the punishment.
I probably shouldn't have stolen this badge then. I mean, nothing.
Arcturus, would you like to
Okay.
find out what rumor you find out? Because that rumor was literally just like, there's a camp downriver where the Order of the Gauntlet is.
55.
55. Okay.
I think we've had this one before.
No, you
right?
definitely haven't. This one, he says, have any of you been to Haurua before?
So no.
Yeah, no, none of you definitely have. He says, Haurua is a magical place. A lot of gnomes there, but a magical place where they make ships that fly through the air. I've seen them. I know. It sounds crazy, but they have airships there. Everybody there, they worship a god. Magical machines everywhere you look. There's a merchant here.
And yeah, Little Fox like
You're all
taps
like, what?
shoulder
Yeah.
and like mimes the like ship that, because you saw it as well, right?
Yeah, there was like a really big boat in the trees. Like we could see it from the top of that big plateau.
And and he says, there's a boat. How did it look?
Wrecked.
Oof. There's going to be some very upset merchants, but hey, salvage rights. Huh?
If we get there first,
He nods.
kobolds are very familiar with the idea of finders keepers.
If you're looking for a magical gugas or whatchamacallits, he points, that's going to be the place to look. Crash ship from Haurua. The ship itself.
Very interested in that.
Cool.
And what
Who's
did you
the
think
merchant? Like he said there was a merchant that was talking to him about it?
He doesn't know the name. He just like he heard
Okay.
some people talking about it.
A
Yeah.
rumor.
But he does know that the ship that in question that went missing was called the Star Goddess. But it never arrived. And then Malik, last but not least.
Arcturus, do you think you'd be any better with a flying ship than a boat?
Depends on how it.
Maybe we'll get to find out.
Okay. So this rumor, he says, and this one you've definitely heard before. He says, I heard one of the guides talking yesterday. He came back from a trip up the River Tath, down a place called the Kahakla Gorge. Apparently, there's some ruins down there, guarded by a naga, wise and unusually, apparently pretty generous. If
Yeah, we
you can
met her.
untangle the riddle.
Arcturus like taps like a necklace that he's or like no, it's the like a glowing bit of scales, and he's just like over and over and mumbles something.
Just look at me,
Yeah,
I'm
we-
just sparkling.
We met her already, actually.
And
She's the one who told us about Rassan Sea.
and he nods and he says, "Well, I'm about tapped out." And he gets up, like stumbles a little because y'all been like hanging out drinking all night. And he says, "I got a long day tomorrow of selling my books." So he takes his hat off and like does a bow. He says, "You keep us safe out there."
It's
Yep.
been a pleasure. If we meet you again, then perhaps we can give you some more material. Once we've done something of a little bit more import.
And he says, "Yeah." He says, "Well, I thank you, and a good night." And he like stumbles towards the stairs.
You should write something about me in your next book.
So yeah, so you get a chance to rest a little bit, and then what do you want to do?
So assuming we pass the night, right?
Yeah, like this is one of those like you literally like stayed at Volo, like despite the fact that Volo is like kind of a blowhard, he can definitely keep you like entertained, right? Like he's an entertaining guy and he has lots of stories to tell. So
So assuming the night's passed, during the day, I'm like,
We should go see Wakanga again. Also, that chest needs to get open. Did you find someone for that?
Yeah, and Little Fox just shrugs.
We need
Okay,
to
we'll find someone for that too.
get all of that together. Then we can do a bit of shopping. I think there's some supplies we could probably use before we head out again.
Arcturus is hungover as fuck.
I think you're still drunk. You're not hungover yet. Like
Oh, okay.
the sun is coming up, and you're all like you've stayed up all night drinking and eating and hanging out with Volo. So you could like try to sleep, but this place gets raucous fast and it's gonna get hot. So you walk it off.
Yep. I need to pay the Temple of Saras a visit. There's nothing you need to concern yourselves with. It would just
Do we have to go to the Temple of Joaquin again for any reason?
No,
Are you planning on stealing another thing?
no,
From the Temple of Joaquin? Probably not.
definitely no.
They look after their money more than anyone in this whole place.
Mm-hmm. You know, you could probably use some of that money. Let you open that chest for yourself, Ishi. Give it a go at least. Get some tools for you.
It's not a chest. It's just a bag of gold that was on a table that I took when I took the ring.
I mean, we've got the chest. I'm thinking about spending the gold that we have.
Don't you have to have like the ability to use them?
No, it just adds to your proficiency bonus.
I
Thieves'
could.
tool.
Get a bunch of like toolkits.
Oh, I
and
guess
stuff.
Wait,
if
what?
we-
No, you have to have proficiency in toolkits. Yeah.
I do have a proficiency.
Oh yeah. The kit doesn't just give you a bonus. You have to have tool proficiency, thieves' tools. and
I
then
do
things
have
like-
a tool proficiency, thieves tools, because of the urchin background.
But you just need the tools.
Yeah, I don't have the tools.
Yeah, we'll buy those.
Yeah.
We'll buy those.
So-
Climb- yeah.
Wakanga, some other stuff, supplies. I've got some coins that probably need changing.
I say as I like dig in a little pouch and like pull out.
Yeah,
a
you need to go to the Temple of Joaquin and get ripped off again.
a platinum coin, like, yeah.
Oh, and Lil Fox probably needs to join you for that. Like,
yeah.
maybe he lifts the bag and it's just like,
Right. All your
Yeah,
small.
you can't even lift the bag. It's just like.
Okay, so this morning, thieves' tools. I'll try and open the box that we can't open once I get the tools. Then we can find out what's in there, and then from there do a bunch of other merchant stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean you're in town, and this is very much the town phase of the game. So if you have errands to run and stuff, we don't have to necessarily like follow the characters every second.
Yeah, I
so
mean, we can align
let's take a step back from the characters and talk like players. What are your goals while you're in town? Like go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. Make a
Okay.
list of the shit you want to accomplish while you're here.
I have enough money right now that a minor magic item is not outside of our reach if we want something. Like, I've got platinum coins. Or at
You
least
need to get a new shield.
I need a new shield. Yeah, because my shield is
that's easy.
damaged.
That's like
That's
5
easy.
gold, 10 gold.
Okay.
But what I really want to find is something that's going to help me with the sunlight sensitivity, because it's like the only thing that ever gets in my way, basically.
Yeah. It's probably the way the magic items get generated. We'll probably just have to see what's available.
I mean, I'll go and see Wakanga, and we'll see what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, he has potions and scrolls, but like for
I thought I
item.
heard minor magic items too, but I don't know. Maybe not.
I think
Let me
that
take a look at the merchant princes.
Cool.
Let's see. What handout is he in? Because he definitely has potions.
Right.
Let me take a look because it's not in the buying a special item. Maybe it's just in the like city.
Yeah,
denizens
we've got the Zorbo skin to do something with.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Like
one skin of Zorbo.
Skin of Zorbo.
Yeah. All of the money that you've been carrying.
So
little
yeah,
Fox.
here's your options. Let me talk about this because I found the section. Sorry.
Cool.
Also the copy of Valo's guide that you got is like the pamphlet edition. He has like a proper like hardcover for 50 gold. If anybody was interested in buying it, because it does have like an effect.
Oh man, I paid 2 gold for
What?
garbage.
Well, you
What
get
kind of
the
effect,
pamphlet
Adam?
edition. You can basically, if you own the hard copy version of it, you can you can basically act as though your character has in-game knowledge of anything in the actual Valo's Guide like book. And I could see it giving like advantage on certain rolls to like research or look up specific stuff. So if you want advantage or information about the Yuan Ti, that's a thing you could do.
That's probably actually really useful.
Yeah, kind of is. Yeah.
How much
It's
gold is in
like-
a platinum coin, guys?
I have no idea.
I can never
No,
remember
I tell
anymore.
I tell you what they should do. They should give you a coupon in the actual hardcover physical real world book to exchange for
To buy a copy.
of the fake version
Cheaper in the game.
to use. Yeah. Okay.
I think platinums are 10. Electrum are the only weird one where they're worth 2
Oh
gold.
man,
Yeah.
I thought they were more than that.
Yes, 10.
Listen, you could also buy the digital version of Valo's Guide.
Never mind. I got.
Wait. So, well, what we need to do though is like we have all of this money in silver and platinum and whatever, and we need
Convert all
to
the gold. Yeah.
we need to
first.
put it all to gold, and then we need to like divvy amongst people, and then like whoever needs a thing can get a thing. We also need to open that box. Like, can we just say that we bought a toolkit and then see what tell us what's in the box?
Adam,
Yes.
I buy thieves tools,
Okay.
and then I make thieves tools roll. That makes sense.
Yep. That's you want to start there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is the eternal question. When I gave you the chest, did I roll the stuff that was in it, or is this a Schrodinger's
you-
chest? I think I Schrodinger's chest.
Yeah, it's Schrodinger's
Schrodinger.
chest. You just said
It's
to me that
Schrodinger's
it was a heavy chest. It weighs 15 pounds.
Where did we
Where
get
did
it
you
from?
get
We
it?
got it. We
It
got
was
it
from
cave
it was from the cave with the
where you murdered the
ore. Yeah.
terror pterodactyls.
Terrafolk.
Yeah.
Okay, I may
'Cause
have a
there's like
note about
'cause
how
there's
much.
Like a wagon there.
I may have a note about how much that is because that at least places me in the episode. So let me.
The thieves' tools were 25 gold. I don't know if you already looked it up.
Okay, yeah. So spend that 25 gold.
Sure.
Okay, so this was episode number. Let's see here. Aha. Let me see. A boat weighs 100 pounds.
Good to know.
a whole boat.
Well, the boat you're carrying around.
No,
Remember,
have
we
to
had a
go
long
through-
conversation with that. Okay, yeah, I didn't make a specific note about it. So let me just roll.
Sure. Well, let me see if I can open it first.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Because it's like locked, right?
Yep.
So
What
Yeah, make that
skill
tools
do you
check.
do?
I think it's with dexterity for thieves' tools.
makes
Makes the
sense.
most sense to me, but I don't know for
Yeah,
sure.
it's
I think it's dexterity.
It's,
yeah.
it's your dex plus your thieves tools.
And,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you get your
ace.
proficiency bonus. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, because you're rolling the tool on your character sheet. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, let me see what would be an appropriate amount of gold for you.
Magic
Once
hand.
I have the appropriate things to open the lock, I just pop it
yeah,
open.
totally. It's no problem.
You probably owned some before, but they got confiscated by the guards.
Oh,
Yeah,
totally.
when we got arrested, right?
I mean,
Like-
these are completely legitimate locksmithing tools.
Oh yeah, that I bought from a
Uh,
sketchy guy in a back alley.
No, a totally legitimate locksmithing tool seller.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. Okay.
Also sells balaclavas, grappling.
Right, tire irons. Yep, exactly.
Shivs.
Turn cloaks, back knives.
Vandra's highly legitimate tool emporium.
Yeah. Yeah, gun dead. Okay, roll. I'm gonna let you roll on your own treasure biz here. So, let's see. Roll 66 for me, Ishii.
Oh sure,
Roll above 25.
I'm fucking working on it. Jesus.
Okay, 66.
20.
20. Okay, so 2,000 copper.
Nice.
Now roll 3d6.
I'll note this on mine because if it's
Okay,
a bunch of heavy
yeah.
shit, I'll carry it around.
Well, we're gonna convert it soon. So
9.
okay, 900 silver.
Am I rolling any more?
Yeah,
D6?
2d6.
9 again.
Okay, 9 gold. No, wait, 90 gold, sorry.
90 gold.
90 gold, yeah.
Okay, so I'm at.
Yeah, and this is the coffers of a merchant that got ambushed and killed. They couldn't get it open, but this was basically the lockbox that the merchant kept all of his gold in. So that's all that stuff. And then I need you to roll D100 twice.
You're on it. I mean, I'm on it. There you
So
go.
a 24.
And a 30.
Oh, a 31 and a 24. Okay. So 31 is a result. The 24 is not. So the 31, roll 2d6.
Okay.
This could be significant.
10.
Okay, 10 50 GP gems.
Oh,
Oh,
So
yes!
500 gold in gems. So
Yeah,
yeah, you're digging
that's-
through all this shit, and you're like, ugh, copper, silver, whatever, and then you pull out,
I find the velvet bag.
yeah, and you pour it into your hand. It's just sparkling jewels of the earth.
All right, it's all on my sheet. I have 4,700 copper now, 1,800 silver,
Jesus.
228 gold, and 1150 GP gems.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
let's
let me tell you about what you can spend some of that stuff
Yeah.
on. So the merchant prince Ikini Afa, she is a former gladiator who invested her winnings into financing trade deals. She's a legend among the commoners, and she sells non-magical weapons and shields of all kind. And also, she sells +1 ammunition by the piece, +1 wooden shields, and you could buy a +1 dagger or a +1 Akilwa. And Akilwa is a Chultan sword, basically. It's a 3-foot wooden shaft with a steel or stone blade up to 18 inches long. You can also throw it. It's not well balanced for it, so it's got a short range, but it does 1d8 piercing damage, like a piercing ward. Yakula. So yeah, so the cost for that stuff, the cost for that stuff is 50 gold per piece of +1 ammunition. So pretty pricey. 450 gold for a +1 shield, 500 gold for a +1 dagger or a kilwa.
Okay.
You could also buy a flying monkey for 100 gold.
I want a monkey.
You could buy a triceratops for
Jungle
500
is
gold.
lousy with those.
we can buy a Triceratops.
You can buy a triceratops, 500 gold.
500 gold. Come on.
You can buy it from
Ifan
Ifan Talroa, who trains and trains his mounts and pets.
We didn't expect to have those gems, so we should get something unexpected.
All right, let me talk about some other
No.
things. Let me talk about some
Yes.
other things.
Having
you
a
could buy.
Triceratops is not going to be a practical thing.
Oh, on a boat. Come on.
Ishi, you probably know that one of the merchant princes, Jessamine, is an herbalist, but also sells poison and drugs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Joe Ball is the merchant prince that handles guards and helps with expeditions and stuff. Coyothe we talked about before. She sells. She runs the meadery or whatever that makes tej.
Okay, yeah, I want to talk to her too.
Your buddy Wakanga Tamu sells common and uncommon potions for 80 and 300 gold apiece, and sells first and second level spell scrolls for 100 or 500.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna remember all these names.
And then
It's so-
Xanthi sells what does she sell? Gems, jewelry, and cloth, as well as leather, studded, and hide armor, but no magic items for her.
So
Okay.
all we can get is a +1 dagger or a +1 shield, basically. That's
Yeah.
actually
+1 Kila, right? That was the thing.
yeah.
That would be better than your Warhammer.
It would be better than my rapier, is what it would be.
So the Akilwa, it's a good weapon. It deals 1d8 piercing damage on a hit. It is a simple melee weapon.
Oh,
And it's not a finesse weapon. Right?
Not a finesse weapon, no.
never mind then.
I mean, that would be more for me then.
Yeah.
Right. I think the shields are a really good investment.
Plus one shield's pretty good.
Yeah.
That gives you 3 AC.
And I mean, I figured this isn't he sells Ikini Alpha, she doesn't sell a bunch of +1 shields. She has one.
So here's the question, team. We got to put all this currency into the same currency so we have some idea of how much money we have, because there's just a lot of translation of stuff. So
Well,
I guess
someone just do the math, right?
Yeah, I
Well,
guess-
yeah, you can do the math. Also, you'll need to convert it because they're not going to let you. Someone's not going to buy. Like gold is the standard. So if you go somewhere and you're like, "Here's 10,000 copper," they're going to be like, "Get the fuck out. Go get this changed."
I'm gonna buy a +1 shield
Yeah.
with my
Exactly.
copper
I
pieces.
have 27 million copper. Let me just buy the
so
city.
so let's go and
So
convert all
let's
that.
buy Ishii a +1 shield
I wonder if an Aquila is
And-
based on a real thing.
to replace her existing shield. It sounds a lot like
This is like
a lot of South American
yeah.
like volcanic glass kind of weapons and stuff.
Oh no, it's based on a real thing. It's based on an assegai. Assegai, called also an Aquila. It's like it's an African spear. Oh, it's like a really short spear.
Uh-huh.
It's a Zulu weapon. Cool. It's
Oh,
badass.
so it's like
looking.
it's like a short
Yeah.
thing, yeah, and you stab people.
It's a
with
short.
It.
It's like a short spear with a broad head, and you stab
Yeah,
people. It's like to
that's
use
cool.
with it in close combat.
I was imagining a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
The
I
other
know the
thing is
thing you
we
were
just-
talking about, but yeah.
We just got all those gems, so we could sell those too and get 500 gold or whatever, 10, 50
Right.
gold gems.
Yes.
Uh,
I think we should convert all to gold. Even
yeah,
though-
let's just convert everything to gold, then do some
Okay.
pricing.
Yeah.
I forget
We-
how we did the conversion before. I think someone made a persuade check at the Temple of Joaquin.
Yeah.
You gotta like haggle with them to get a
Yeah.
better cut of your own fucking money.
Listen, that's how they work. Okay.
Does someone want to assist me on that then? Because I've got the best persuasion.
Yeah, I can.
All right. See how we do.
Yeah, and just no one tells Little Fox what these numbers are because she would lose it if people were just like, "Oh, we're just taking your money just because." She would. Just be like,
Okay, so you got a 24 this time. So we'll say it's only a 10% cut they take.
Reasonable.
Okay, so what do you want to convert here? No, it was big before. It was like 20% the first time.
It was like 15 or 20% the first time.
I think it was 15.
Yeah. So 10 is I think 10 is the best you're going to get.
So,
Yeah.
Adam, we have 4,700 copper pieces,
Okay.
which every 100 copper pieces is a gold, right?
No, 100 silver is a gold. That's 4.7.
I thought it was 10 to 10 for silver
10
gold.
to 10 to 10.
Isn't it? Oh yeah, it's 10 10 10.
So it's basically pennies, dimes,
Yeah.
dollars.
Okay.
So,
So 4,700
47 gold.
minus the 10%.
Right.
So 42.30. Here, we'll just take it off the top and then we'll work it out. So 42.30 in copper. And then how much silver do you have?
1,884.
1,884. So minus the 10%. So 1,695 silver and another 6 copper. Okay, good. Okay, do you want to convert anything else? Are you
The gemstones?
We have 1150 GP gemstones.
okay? Those you can just carry. They're cut in such a way that you're meant to move up. So carrying around a bag of gems is fine.
I
can-
also
you can
have
pay
10
with those.
platinum pieces that we could trade down, or I could just.
You might as well
them.
just keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Okay, so Adam, how much gold did we get out of our copper and
so
silver?
divided by 100. So first you got 42 gold,
Yep.
and then
Okay.
36 of that goes into the silver. So I'll do that math. So 36 plus 1,695. This is only divided by 10. Okay, so you ended up with another 205 gold.
Okay, so we have 475. Little Fox has 475 gold.
And then another 5 silver.
and
it's like
5 silver
change.
pieces left over. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the
Well,
party
that
has like
brings
almost
That's
1,000,
like
maybe a little more than
100 pounds
1,000.
of coins.
A little
left.
bit more than 1,000 we have
Yeah.
total, basically. Because I have 100 and something gold, 102 after buying the toolkit, and
We should just put
I
that
have
all together. One thing.
production. I mean, not the production, the platinum.
Unless,
Yeah, I mean,
unless it's super important to Ishii to have like a stockpile, which is
I mean,
legit.
she wouldn't give up money that she had on her person. So maybe to Little Fox though, but that's it. You know what I mean?
So basically, we are looking at spending how much money?
I don't know. I don't know what we're
450
buying
on
yet.
the
Well, so if you're going to buy the shield, it's 450.
Okay, well, I'll just cut my gold total down to 25 and
Okay.
buy Ishii a +1 shield. Here you go, buddy.
Yay!
Okay, so I'll add that to your character sheet for you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. Congratulations.
And
First +1 item of the game.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not true. The
No. you're
You get the ore. Yeah.
if I might suggest a couple of things, getting at least one climber's kit is going to be an incredibly good use of.
I need to spend 10 gold on a bottle of ink.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, I'll subtract that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, a climber's kit is 25 gold and weighs 12 pounds, but will make.
Do you want to make me
Keep-
carry it?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay, sorry, it weighs 12 pounds?
12 pounds, yeah.
Yeah, climber's kit. Cool. I'll add it. Someone else can buy it.
What do you buy? With what? None of us have money.
Oh, am I the only one with money?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
And it
have.
costs 25 gold, Dave?
Yes.
Okay, that's the last of my gold.
Okay, so we have a remaining like 200-ish. Like I have 100 in platinum and like 10.
And I have 550 in gemstones.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Here is a question I have. I am sitting on a skin of Zorbo.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a person that I can take this to
25 gold.
and sell? It just sells for 25 gold?
Yeah, if you want to buy it, it's
Okay.
25 gold. Yeah, also, Elf, if you want to think about what it looks like, Ikini Alpha sells this magic shield, but traditionally it's a Chultan shield. It's a big wooden Chultan shield, and they're always like really colorful and with like designs on them. So she'll have someone make the like skin, the tanned hide like wrapping to go over it, whatever you want to show on it, whatever you want it to look like.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dragon
So she'll have like whatever cool pattern you want, because the shields they generally show the like the warriors like crest or like the spirit that like empowers them. The shield of a Chultan warrior is like an important part of their battle regalia.
It could totally look like I'm really sorry if this comes off as like insensitive or just like ignorant.
Just
but
go, yeah.
the aesthetic would be fairly similar. You could have like on your shield a dragon in the same kind of style as Monster Hunter, like a little Rathian or a Rathalos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's probably a
So
dragon on it. I was gonna say like we've got half the Saberbird crest on the cloak. We should put the other half on the shield so that when you hold them together, like the half of the cloak and like
Yep.
the
Okay.
Decided it's yours now. It's yours.
Yeah.
So evidently a
That's my
backpack only carries 30 pounds of gear.
Good stuff. Nice work, nerds. I mean, the rest of it's like strapped to you or hanging from your belts. And
Yeah,
that
no,
sort of thing.
I just thought it was funny. Like you can carry all this, but you need 7 backpacks.
7 backpacks. Yeah.
So
I'm
with
fine
the
that, so
with the +1 shield, I have a 20 AC.
nice.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
All right. Skin of Zorbo sold, I assume, to the leather worker, cloth merchant lady.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone get better armor or wear better armor than
I
the
think
others?
I'm
She
wearing
only
leather.
sells up to like hide.
Well, that's her. That's her.
Oh.
Akini
I have
Akini
stuff.
Alpha sells non-magical weapons and shields of every kind. I feel like chain and plate and all that shit's gonna be pretty fucking hard to come by, because that's foreigner armor.
It's
right?
foreigner armor.
Yeah, no one around here equips themselves like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just if you need to upgrade from leather to studded leather.
I have
or-
studded already.
Yeah, no, I'm wearing chainmail right now.
To get
so-
anything better than that, like metal armor wise, it does definitely require some additional
Imports.
work.
Imports, yeah.
And it would also put me at like a disadvantage for dex, which I'm already bad at.
Fair enough. And neither of the other two of us use armor.
Yeah, all I could get would be a breastplate, which would be 400 gold for 1 extra on my AC.
It would
Okay.
be more expensive as well.
Well, yeah, because it'd be imported or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it then?
I'm struggling to think of anything else that I would want.
The only thing
I
I can
wanna
think of
go-
is potions. Or
Oh wait, no, this is chainmail, not a chain shirt. Never mind, that would be worse.
We need some antitoxin. We're going up against UNT. We need anti-poison stuff.
Yeah.
That's on adventures.
Okay.
We could buy a full price Volo's guide for
That's
one
true
gem.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend one of these gems.
Okay.
He doesn't want to give us a discount.
It's a me, follow. Let's be real, Volo is more Waluigi than he is Mario.
We'll need rations.
We will need rations.
And then, hella rations. What's the cost of rations again? Can someone remind me?
It's 2 for a gold.
2 for a gold. Okay, I have how many left? I have 9 rations left over. I will buy. 10.
Oh, I already should have had disadvantage on all my stealth checks.
Yes.
You've been having.
You
it,
have
I think.
been. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have 19 rations now, which should be enough if we have Arcturus making food to carry us.
So you can visit Jessamine's shop to buy poisons and or buy anti-poisons.
Yeah, so antitoxins are 50 GP a pop, and they do advantage on saving throws against poison for an hour.
Right. So you drink them before you go into a fight with scary men.
Yeah, I reckon it would be nice to get multiple ones of those, but like I say, it's 50 a go, and
For
50 a go is a lot. And it's just
Arcturus just fixes us when we get poisoned. It's fun.
yeah. I think that's. I don't know.
I think we would be better served getting healing.
I was gonna say, how are you doing on healing potions?
We don't have any that I know of.
I have 1.
Yeah,
Secret stash.
We have 1 only on.
Okay. I mean, yeah, your friend Wakanga Otamu sells.
I would say we grab at least 1 each. You know
I'm sorry, they cost 80 gold each?
Yes, they cost 80. Yeah.
80. That's so much.
But 80
They're
for a
magic. They're
life-saving.
literally magical.
Yeah. I mean, I could just steal 1 again if you guys are into
Try.
Okay,
You really got to stop gambling on stealing from Wakanga. He's like your only friend.
If I spend 5 gems,
it's worked out so
I buy 3 potions and have 10 gold left over.
Okay.
Which they'll pay me out in change, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
So
each of you can have a potion of healing.
Okay, so
I already have 1.
I'll mark a potion.
Okay.
Make sure you all do.
Trouble you to, since I have exactly 0 gold, spend that 10 gold and I can refill my rations as well.
Yeah, for sure. I'll go down to 20.
What was the thing you're talking about in terms of like if we're gonna be encountering Yuan Ti, let's go ahead and crack open that Volo's thing. What spell would I need to fix poison?
Poison?
Protection from poison.
Protection from poison.
Or if you have like a cure
Yeah,
poison.
so to be
that's
clear
a
too,
second
like
level.
the information that your characters would have because of Volo's guide, like your characters don't know their technical abilities. But because we play D&D the way that we do, like it's okay for you to read the stat blocks of different 1T monsters that are in Volo's guide and plan around it. Like there's a layer that we're ignoring where we're translating player information, I guess character information into player information and then back, right? Like in Volo's guide, it doesn't say the Yuan Ti Malison has X amount of hit points, but it would say like this kind of Yuan Ti tends to be stronger and tougher. And according to my
they
research,
poison people just
according to my research, they use poisonous weapons. So like I'm totally okay with you guys making decisions around the stat block because your characters are now equipped with that information.
So I'm going to spend 1 gemstone,
Yeah.
150 GP gemstone to get 1 vial of antitoxin
Antitoxin, just in case. Yeah, that sounds good.
for
Okay, so-
Arcturus to carry.
Okay, so I've got 1 healing potion and 1 antitoxin.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw someone post in chat that suggestion. I think it is wise.
It's very wise. Yep.
Make the Healy guy be hard to murder with poison.
Yep.
I mean, I will resist poison damage when I'm raging
Mhm.
because I have the super
Yeah,
air
it's
rage.
the difference between the damage and the condition, and the condition.
The condition is really bad. Yeah, because it's disadvantage on everything basically.
Yep.
Whereas, yeah.
So
Okay.
There's something else I was going to mention. Oh, Adam.
Yeah.
I know I picked it up with low expectations. Is the Temple of Savras interested in the pottery shard that I picked up from Orlanga?
Yeah. Are you trying? You want to sell it to them,
Um,
or is this a donation?
I already have their good favor, so I might as well sell it this time.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Let me see how much they'll they'll buy it for. Let's see. Cool. They'll give you 50 gold for it.
Awesome. I'll take 40 and I'll pay you back, little fox. Just so I've got a bit on me in case we ever get into a situation where I need to bribe someone or whatever.
Sorry, can you run the numbers?
You get 10 gold back from
I get
Malik.
back. Okay.
I'll give you back from the rations.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So
Okay.
we've got like $280 left. Is there anything else we need to buy?
I'm just looking right now.
First level spell scrolls.
I have another, guys. I have another like 200.
Okay, so we got
You
like
could buy a
almost $500.
Ankylosaurus.
We should just.
I
we
want
should
an
gamble.
Ankylosaurus. I mean, Ishi, you use your short bow pretty regularly. Do you want to buy like a half dozen? I guess that'd be quite a lot. But do you want to buy some +1 ammo?
Or ammo at all, because you need more arrows, I would imagine.
I have like 19 arrows still
Yeah, that's
left.
not bad.
But yeah,
that.
I could buy some +1 arrows. Yeah.
Because they're
Buy them
50. They're
+1
50
ammo.
apiece.
It'll be super helpful because otherwise you have no way of bypassing magical damage reduction.
Right at a distance, totally. Oh, and
Well,
your sword. Yeah, your sword isn't either. So
Yeah, but I can't get a magic one. So.
no, not yet. But you could buy. I think what Dave is saying is that if you come in contact with something that needs magic damage to kill it, you can back off and shoot arrows at it if you buy the +1 ammo.
Yeah. How much is +1 ammo per?
50 a pop.
50 gold per arrow,
Per
per arrow.
Yeah.
Oh fuck that.
because each one is a magic
Yeah.
Each one's a
item.
magic item. Yep.
No.
I don't
No.
know how worthwhile it
Yeah,
is.
It's
I'll
your
buy
money.
20. I'll buy some 20 regular arrows. That's all I just stack up.
There was only one +1 shield in
Yeah, there's
the
only one
store.
shield in the city.
Oh.
You can't. Yeah, she may be able to get another one in if you come back in several months, but right now that's all you got.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think Little Fox would enjoy having a portable ram?
Portable ram, so I can just take doors like I'm in the SWAT team.
Yeah.
Flash and clear. Let's do it.
I'm sorry,
Hold on.
you seem to have me confused with someone who needs a portable ram.
Okay. Fair.
I have a large hammer and I'm an 8
Also,
foot tall
that's
person.
not the kind of information or not the kind of equipment that the merchants of Port Nyanzari would just have.
All right.
Come to
like a sheep that you bring with
Not a lot
you,
of
right?
door smashing.
Imran's tactical operations.
Exactly.
equipment.
Yeah.
I really, really want a spyglass. That would be so useful.
Listen, yeah,
in this
little
campaign.
Little Fox is gonna paint herself blue and join the Svart team.
The Svart team.
All right. Are you good? We good with
Yeah.
shopping?
I believe so.
Have we shopped?
I think that is enough
so.
shopping.
Okay, cool. So noting that we only have a few minutes left, is there anything that we can do now that y'all can do in a quick roll or one little
Can
thing?
Can I go to see the bee honey person, the person that makes the tej? Because I've got like the empty cask, right?
Yeah, we could do like a quick scene there. That would be cool.
yeah, 'cause
Coyote.
I-
So she sells fruit, wine, ale, tej, oil, perfume, and insect repellent.
Okay.
Um,
I just want to tell her what happened to her guys, basically.
Sure.
Yeah,
So-
I've got
so-
a really small thing as well, but
Yeah.
we'll do this first.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you go. I mean, we're only gonna have time for one thing, Dave. So we'll have to do yours at the beginning of next
Okay.
time. So
No worries. I'll write
Okay.
it down.
All
right.
Okay, so everybody goes to Coyote's, or are you going by yourself, Ishi?
I mean, if people want to come, then they can come. But I'm gonna go there. So whether you're there or
Yeah.
not, make your choices.
I'd like to. That'd be
Sure.
So just the two of you, Arcturus, Little Fox.
I
are you
guess
going?
so.
I mean,
Little Fox will come along
Yeah,
because
I'm
Ishi
fine.
is
Well,
Little
yeah,
Fox's
well,
friend, and I make sure that people don't kill her by killing them first.
Okay, so I guess we go to their store. They have like a shop. or
Yeah, she
something?
has a shop. She deals both in wholesale and retail, but her shop is kind of like a garden. There's lots of plants around. The place is nicely scented. And when you come in, you're like looking for her particularly.
Yeah.
Okay, so a servant asks you to wait, and then she comes out. I think I have a picture of her, so you can see her.
Cool.
And she's accompanied by two. Of course, it doesn't recognize that because there's a character in that name. Yeah, here we go. Show two players. There she is.
whoa, real badass lady.
Yeah. So she comes out, and Arcturus, something about her like presence makes you feel like your skin crawl. Like you get a weird like nervous feeling when she comes in. And she looks at you and ignores like everyone else when she walks in. She's accompanied by two like ludicrously attractive Chultans, a man and a woman. That they couldn't be like more perfect if you tried. Like you couldn't envision them looking more beautiful. And they're both dressed in like red and gold. They seem to be like servants. And when she walks in, yeah, she just like looks at you. And in Chultan, she says, "A Triton. How interesting."
Yes, we're rather sparse around these parts.
I had thought so. Shouldn't you be at the bottom of a lake somewhere?
I choose to spend my time on the surface.
They'll let just anyone in from the sea, I guess. What a shame.
I'm like looking between the two of them, like, why is there this random tension like between these people?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does she smell of magic?
No, but her companions do.
Okay.
Both of them smell like illusion magic.
So yeah, Ishi can see Little Fox have like the hair standing up on her.
Yeah. And you see them, they both have like a kind of like a flickering mirage like aura around them. And the magical sort of substratum of the room seems like much warmer than the actual temperature.
So, I found something of yours out. Well, we found something of yours out in the jungle.
I say, like, lifting the cask.
Yeah, the male servant bends down and picks it up, and she looks at it, and she says,
And when I say we found something of yours, I don't mean just that. I mean like 4 other ones in a backpack of a dead guy. They were all broken, so we didn't take those. And a bunch of other dead guys.
And so you hand her this empty cask, right? And she says, was it empty when you found it?
Nope.
Well, I hope you enjoyed their hard work, because if they're dead, she shrugs, well, we'll just have to send some more where they came from. I was wondering
Perhaps.
why that team hadn't returned.
Perhaps next time you should send them with a little more care.
Care? Why? They don't belong to me. They're bounty hunters of a sort. They bring back honey, and I pay them for it. If they run into trouble, it's their own fault.
Fair enough. Just figured you should know what happened to them in case they were more important than that.
And she nods, and she says to you, Arcturus, "What's your name, Triton?"
And like I think because he doesn't like her, he says it in primordial and doesn't bother to translate.
She hisses back in flame accented primordial. Yeah, and it's like just like grating on your ears. She says, "If you know what's good for you, you'll leave this city and not come back. Dry up."
I spit at her.
Like at her, or like on the floor in front of her?
On the floor in front of her.
Okay, you do, and it's like flicking steam into a cast iron pan, or flicking water into a cast iron pan. It just like sizzles. Yeah.
Yeah, Little Fox puts a hand on Arcturus's chest and pushes him out of the room.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, let's go. You're getting mad. It's not like you.
Okay. All right. So yeah,
Okay.
so the group of you head out into the street.
I'll just add this to our rumor log here.
Yeah, something unusual going on with Coyote.
She reeks of brimstone. I hate her.
Well, we don't have to spend any more time there. Ready to go.
Right, so we see the group of you. We see the group of you get like you hustle Arcturus out into the street, and that'll be the last bit for today's episode. We fade out. Thanks for coming, everybody. You won't have to wait long to see us again. We're doing the scheduling shuffle one more time. The next episode of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation is going to be Monday, so a couple of days from now, Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific, like last time, and then we'll return to our usual schedule. So I hope that you will tune in for that. If not, you can catch it on YouTube, MS Roll20, or right here in the VODs. So we're gonna do this quick so we can get out of the way for Dragon Friends. Distracted Elf, aka Ishi Snaggletooth, Volo's best friend. Where can people find you when they are not here watching you do this thing?
You may come to my stream, twitch.tv/distractedelf, and have your hat stolen.
Perfect. No hat is safe. No hat is safe at all. Little Fox, aka Andrew, where can people find you, my friend?
They can find me on Twitter at Commuting Crow or on twitch.tv/actualfactual. Also twitch.tv/actualplay. Also twitch.tv/Asediac. I'm like all over the place.
All over the damn place.
Find me on Twitter and you can find all my other stuff.
But only streams that start with A.
Only streams.
Mostly streams that start with A.
Yeah. We're looking into changing the Roll20 channel to be a Roll20.
I'm working my way through the alphabet.
Yeah. Dave, little babby streamer Dave, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me Dave_the_human on Twitter and Dave_human on Twitch. We did an odd stream today. It was tough. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming out for that. We'll try and do part 2 soon. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, you'll be able to find out on Twitter.
Excellent. Thank you, Dave. And last but not least, coming to us from the bottom of the ocean, Blue Jay. Where can people find you?
I'm Blue Jay. You can find me in lakes, rivers, still pools of water in your sink and your bathtub. You can find me at twitch.tv/BlueJay, on Twitter at BlueJay_712, with these nerds on Roll20 app on Thursdays, and then on Wednesday nights on twitch.tv/GeekSpace TV, playing Stars Without Number.
Hell yes. Look at all these busy nerds. My name is Adam Coble. I am the Dungeon Master for this and other shows. You can find me at twitch.tv/Adam Coble or on Twitter at Skinny Ghost. Now, if you, like me, give a shit about 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, and you would like to see me, Mike Merles, Matt Colville, and Matthew Mercer talk with my dear friend JP all about this business, this weekend, Sunday afternoon, you're going to find the second part of our 5th edition roundtable. It's a 2-hour discussion about 5th edition, its development, its use, the way we play it, the way we think each other should be playing it. It's a great time. Definitely try and tune into that. It's at twitch.tv/itmejp on Sunday. You'll find the schedule on his page. That's it for us. We're going to make way for the Dragon Friends, so if you want to watch more fun D&D times, stick around for that. Otherwise, that's it for us. We'll see you again on Monday. Bye, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. See you later. Send your adventuring party deep into the jungles of Chult. The Roll20 module of Tomb of Annihilation includes the full contents of the original D&D book and adds immersive features like dynamic lighting on all battle maps, character sheets with one-click actions, copy and paste quick encounters, and other interactive features like puzzles and a player's map of Chult. Your next campaign can begin with just a few clicks. Get your copy today on the Roll20 Marketplace.